thirsty. I'm late. That's how you do it. Oh well. So, yeah, I guess we'll start in. 3, 2, 1. It's not 8:30, but hello everybody, welcome to the stream. It is the Biendeo stream today on this fine 8th of May, 2023. I hope you are having a wonderful day, or a wonderful week. You've had a wonderful week, and you will have a wonderful week coming ahead of you. My week has been a little hectic, but fairly alright. Nothing really too big. I'm taking my sweet time, so how about let's dive into the game. Oh my gosh, I don't even have audio turned up. It's actually like super quiet, you wouldn't hear it. There we go, okay. Take 2, here we go. What? There we go. I had both the sounds going through, but look at that! I finally get to use the widescreen layout in a long time. I feel like the Munchlax in the corner is, if you're new to my channel, the Munchlax in the corner, I swear, is, well, I mean, I guess I've always been rocking a Munchlax as my picture. But this is a game where I was a bit of a boomer compared to a bunch of my friends. I would play Pokemon, and only like a handful of us knew what Pokemon was, because I was a bit too young to really, well, not I was a bit too young, but maybe a bunch of my peers were just like, yeah, you weren't really into video games. But as you started entering your years, this game came out when I was 7. This would be when all of my friends would play this. And then the few who didn't quite catch on, they'd definitely catch on by the DS game. But Pokemon 3rd Gen, Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, this was a rather large cultural moment for like my childhood, in the sense of all of my friends played this. This was a game where we'd all talk about the wonderful things that we experienced in this game. And to be honest, I think this also marks like a very different shift in Pokemon, but still kind of capturing somewhat the best of both worlds. And people are very, I guess, nostalgic for this, and maybe I will be too. So how about let's dive in. But one thing I love about this game, just hands off right off the bat, how bombastic, how like, you know, orchestrated all the music is. It's not just like chip tunes here and there. It's like, that's a bell, we got horns, we got like some strings. It's a little bit in the back still, but like they're really trying to be like this, you know, grandiose kind of sound. And the visuals on top of that are very bright and colorful, and do utilize, you know, things like, look at these bubbles, man. They're doing that X offsets thing in the sprites. They still got the main theme as well still in there. So anyway, I'm gushing about the music. First of all, we're setting the text speed on fast, because that will take a sweet amount of time. And also, the audio is on mono by default. Who did that? So let's start a new game. I hit B. Did I make sure that that's... Okay, that's all good. Cool. Look at him fade in. Whoa! So... Hi, sorry to keep you waiting. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. With the lowercase e, that always threw me off as a kid. My name is Birch, but everyone calls me the Pokemon Professor. This is what we call a Pokemon. Ah! You'd think it's water type because it's blue, but you'd be wrong. This world is widely inhabited by creatures known as Pokemon. We humans live alongside Pokemon, at times as friendly playmates, and at times as cooperative workmates. And sometimes we band together and battle others like us. One thing I kind of like, and this is a very understated thing, but someone worked hard on this, the font, each character is a different size. You'll see that like L's and I's, the kerning is so much closer than, well, not the kerning, because it's the space between the letters, but like, clearly an I doesn't take up the same amount of space as a K or an M. And that's something big that I just want to mention here. That's something that kind of gets overlooked. I will say the font is rather tall. Taller than I'm used to, so despite our closeness, we don't know everything about Pokemon. In fact, there are many, many secrets surrounding Pokemon. To unravel Pokemon mysteries, I've been undertaking research. That's what I do. And you are? Now, you get the choice of the boy or the girl. Obviously, we picked the girl, bro. Why would you not pick the girl? Why would you do that? But I'm still gonna go with my name, which is gonna confuse everyone. The male-female choice was an offer in Pokemon Crystal. But since I played Gold, you were forced to be the male character. Everyone's names are uppercase in this game as well, so... You get a rival as well, but I don't think you picked the name. Yeah, Biendeo is moving to my hometown of Littleroot. I get it now. I think you do get to pick the right one. Are you ready? Your very own adventure is about to unfold. Take courage and leap into the world of Pokemon, where dreams, adventure, and friendships await. Well, I'll be expecting you later. Come see me in my Pokemon lab. Immediately, we kick off with the cinematic experience. Here are we, you know, we're in this room full of boxes, and then suddenly... Get out of the truck. We were just in a moving truck, and for some reason, no seatbelt.
Biendeo, we're here, honey. It must be tiring riding without things in the moving truck. Well, this is Little Root Town. How do you like it? This is our new home. It has a quaint feel, but it seems to be an easy place to live, don't you think? And you get your own room, Biendeo. Let's go inside. See, Biendeo, isn't it nice in here, too? The movers Pokemon will do all the work of moving us in and cleaning up after. This is so convenient. Biendeo, your room is upstairs. Go check it out, dear. Yep, on your new clock, Marky movie. Don't forget to say.
Oh, this is gonna be fun as well. So everyone, as well, I always stream at the same time every week, so that means I'm bound to have things that are only available during stream time, I guess. Here's the clock. Better set it. So, in particular, the current time is... I'm gonna try my best to set this the most accurately as possible. The current time is all the way... one more hour. And then, fortunately, it is set by minute. So we should be able... I'm gonna pick 38, why not? This is the correct time. There you go.
How do you like your new room? Good, everything's put away neatly. They finished moving everything.
Wow, that was so quick.
Well, you should make sure that everything's all there on your desk.
Okay. Well, there's a GameCube, and that's all that matters. And there's a Game Boy Advance connected to serve as the controller. This is a new feature they... One, that's definitely a GameCube controller. There's a yellow bottom right there. That's clearly the C-Stick. Other than that, it's your standard Pokemon affair of telling you how to play the game. You have a potion, because why not? No mail, and you can decorate things, but just like Gold and Silver, actually. That's an understated feature. You can also check the TV, but Mom liked this program. Better get going. Okay. But yeah, I do find that 3rd gen is a very fun experience. But it's definitely one where, like, you can feel that, you know, this is when they start adding to the game. Because everything new does feel like something brand new. Anyway, your dad was on the TV, but you missed it. One of Dad's friends is in town. He lives next door. Okay. One thing I love about this game is how wonderfully colorful it is, and I definitely feel like they've put in a lot of effort in making the overworld, you know, nice and vibrant. And even the battles, to some degree, are also very vibrant. But this is also 2003, and you'd be surprised to remember that this is very... Like, the GBA didn't have a very long life. It kind of got superseded by the DS very quick. And it only came out, like, well, this was very early 2003, but it only came out, you know, within 2 years, so... The son is upstairs, oh my gosh. I'm gonna say hi. Oh, he's got a clock just like me, and it's set to the right time, just like me. Pokemon fully restored, items all packed in.
Hey, you! Who are you? Oh, you're Biendeo, aren't you? Moved in next door, right? I didn't know that you were a girl. Dad, Professor Birch said...
Dad? Oh, it's his dad.
Professor Birch said our new next-door neighbor is a gym leader's kid, so I assume you'd be a guy.
Bro.
My name's Bernard, so hi, neighbor. Huh? Hey, Biendeo, don't you know have a Pokemon? You want me to go and catch you one? Oh, darn, I forgot. I'm supposed to go help my dad catch a wild Pokemon some other time, okay?
Oh my gosh, jeez. And he's out. Okay. I guess this is also... I don't know, man. I guess Gold and Silver had a rival, but this is the point where it's like you have an equal age. Oh. Actually, no, scratch that. I'm like, yeah, what about Blue? They went back to that instead of having, like, an evil rival, who's not necessarily your age, although he ends up being that.
Where has my husband gone?
Oh, man can never sit still for long. Okay, sure. So that's your next objective, basically. Let's go to the lab. It's almost as... Look at this town! You're the only 2 families who live here. Who are these people chilling? Pallet Town is like this as well. At least, New Bark has like a couple of extra buildings. Like, look how much color is in this. You got all these colorful books. And he's also not here, so that's fun. Professor Birch is Professor's away on fieldwork. Ergo, he's not here. Oh, let me explain what fieldwork is. It is to study things in the natural environment, like fields and mountains instead of a laboratory. The professor isn't one for doing desk work. He's the type of person who would rather go outside and experience things than read about them here. Sure. But yeah, my history with this one, this isn't quite my favorite. I mean, none of them are really my favorite after Gold and Silver, but I really do enjoy this game. Someone has to go help. Help!
Oh, you're over there, please help. In my bag, there's a Pokeball.
See ya.
Where are you going? Don't leave it like this.
And then I love that you can actually... Oh, I thought you could go up to him. Oh well. I really want you to get this Pokeball. So, anyway, here's our choice of Pokemon. I love that you get this... So you get a choice of 3 Pokemon, but yeah, remember this is actually the choice of Pokemon. I've got a team of 6 that I would really like to go with when I play this game. And I heard I like Mudkips. Okay, so let's go with Mudkip. Mudkip is going to be my my starter of choice in this one. I've definitely done enough Trico experiences, but yeah. So unlike the previous, well, unlike first gen where you have to fight a rival, you got a force encounter with a Poochyena here. Pokemon rules still apply, but look at that UI, man. You got a green text box. How cool is that? Or it's like teal, isn't it? Other than that, it's all the same, you know, all the same rules that you've heard of before.
Don't leave me here like this.
You can attempt to run, but it's pretty much just know that Tackle drops their health and Growl doesn't. That's the main thing you learn from the beginning here. I was in the tall grass studying wild Pokemon when I was jumped. You saved me, thanks a lot. And he didn't even have one. The time has come, exactly. We'll get to the dungeons, don't worry. This is not the place to chat, so come by my lab. Whoosh! And now we're in the lab. So Biendeo, I've heard so much about you from your father. I've heard that you don't have your own Pokemon yet, but the way you battled earlier, you pulled it off with... a plum? That's a word. That is a word. I guess you have your father's blood in your veins after all. Oh yes, as thanks for rescuing me. I'd like you to have the Pokemon you used earlier. Oh, cool. Oh snap, I didn't think of any nicknames though. So, oh my gosh, look how derpy he is. Well, yeah, we're finally in Gen 3, yeah. Because it's been like a year and a half since I played the last one. And I feel like, you know, they're releasing more Pokemon games than the time I'm spending between streaming them, so I thought now'd be the time. Now'd be a good time. I did tell someone in the last stream that I'd be playing a game on not the PlayStation 1 generation of console. And I feel like, you know, this game came out by the time the PS1 was kind of done. But also, the Game Boy Advance was out when the PS1 was still being actively played, so... There's like father who went for the milk, but plot twist, he finally came back. Exactly. So anyway, we gotta think of a name for Mudkip. I'm gonna call him, Kibble. No, because that implies he's a dog. Kipperoni. I don't know. If you work at Pokemon and gain experience, I think you'll make a darn good trailer. Man, my kid Brendan was out on Route 103. That also always like threw me off the fact that, nah, I don't want to go with him. Well, don't be that way. Fine. So, I like how all the routes have a 100 in front of them as well. It makes it a little easier to track, because second gen, it's like, oh my gosh, like, what is Route 29 when you think about it? So, but other than that, you know, it almost kind of follows the same line as the first gen Pokemon. Italian Mudkip, damn boy. Is it female? We didn't check that. Oh, it's male. Also, new to Pokemon 3rd gen compared to the previous ones is all Pokemon have abilities. I think do they have multiple abilities? Like they could have a choice of some. I know there's hidden abilities, but I forgot in this one. They also have natures, and natures can boost... they can either do nothing, or they can boost one stat and drop another. Also, that is a fun ID number, 2009. Cool. Other than that, though, you know, the UI is actually pretty smooth in this game. I really do like it. We'll get into this screen in a long while. But it's a lot easier to manage now, and especially when you've got... you know, when we get to box management, because that's a huge improvement compared to first gen. And second gen, where you have to keep saving all the time. Other than that, though, they, a lot of the Pokemon are kind of drop-in replacements. Wurmple here is actually it's effectively Caterpie. He evolves into a Pokemon that has Harden, basically, and then he gets a choice. So, actually, sorry. Depending on whether it's daytime or nighttime, you get a choice of 2. So, new thing for Gen 3, finally kids of Gen Alpha. Exactly. So yeah, Wurmple's an interesting one. Yeah, so when he reaches level 7, he can either evolve into Silcoon or Cascoon, depending on whether it is day or not. Because it's my stream, it's always going to be nighttime. Poochyena is effectively, well, actually, he's Dark-type. That's a new one for, no, it's not. They had Dark-type in the last game. There's Dark-types in this game. Let's just say that. I don't know why. My brain was like, oh, when was the Dark Steel split? And no, that was yeah, second gen, because there were clearly Steel-type Pokemon there. And you learn Mudslap. Mudslap is actually a pretty neat move. And the nice thing is that you don't have to guess what a move is now. You can go to the screen and see the move. So you can see the power and accuracy. They're exposing all those values. Mudslap doesn't do as much damage, but it does reduce accuracy, which is kind of a useful thing. 10 BP though, it's kind of trash when you think about it. I want to note as well, when Pokemon have contest moves like this actually, and to be honest, it's been a decade since I've tried doing this, but like, legit, all moves have some extra utility because of these contest moves kind of thing. Although it's very different. I think Star Wars Days were a mistake for me. I bought almost the whole store page. Oh, it's definitely worthwhile. This person here, by the way, gives you a walkthrough about what the buildings are. Now, there's a wonderful red roof for the Pokemon Center and the Pokemart, and they'll give you a potion. I am not going to talk to them. There is a glitch with them, and I shall show them off right at the end. When Pokemon battle, they eventually level up and become stronger. Oh, wow. If the Pokemon with you become stronger, you'll be able to go farther. We have had Mom, we have had Father. We're getting a lot of American words in my USA, Europe, Pokemon Sapphire ROM. Pokemon Center is the same deal, but you get to heal, you know. Thank you for waiting. But yeah, there's not really any mystery with like how Pokemon really plays, and to be honest, they've got a formula that they're basically cementing on this one. You can go upstairs, which is where all the multiplayer shenanigans are, so you can either battle someone, trade? This is the trade hub? This is the trade one. And then there's the record corner, and this is where you just share records. Records being other things in this game. We'll get into them later. But basically, there's a lot of async multiplayer aspects to this game, and it's a little bit too soon, because you're still bound to using the link cable for the GBA, and the link cable is just not the most useful thing. But look at this! Move box! Holy crap, you get to see all these boxes, and you can move Pokemon all around, except there's not really any point to using it right now, because I've only got one Pokemon, but it's cool, the fact that it's all there. I like the layout as well, of the Pokemon Center. Just feels nice that it's like all in the center, so... We got a person here, they're like, I want to take a rest, so I'm saving my progress. What a great tip, by the way. Just make sure you mention. Can you try Shop It? I do enjoy Shop It. I do have a team set out, but I will say I have a decently unconventional team. I'm gonna try and like pick some Pokemon that like the average person doesn't play with, but they all synergize kind of decently as well. They're not necessarily the best Pokemon either, but you can kind of beat Pokemon with whatever. That's the best part, is that there's no real right way to play the game. There's a lot of really rough things you can do, but there's certainly so many strats that kind of work. Oh, please don't come in here, I just discovered the footprints of a rare Pokemon. Wait until I finish sketching them, okay? Okay, that prevents it from going that way, but sure, okay. Look at this person. When a Pokemon battle starts, the one at the left of the list goes out first. Yeah, so that's the main thing as well. They wanted to shift the UI a bit, because they're like, oh, look at this one. This one on the left is the main one. Look at all this wasted space, but 2003 UIs was a very different thing. Actually, when you mentioned Star Wars, I played Republic Commando for like an hour, and I haven't gone back to it yet, so I need to remind me to get back into that one. My Pokemon's staggeringly tired. I should have brought a potion. Which is weird, because this is a short-ass route. It even has... well, it doesn't have all the same Pokemon. Zigzagoon's on both routes. I need to remind you, this game was intended for the GBA screen. Yeah, exactly. So, there's a lot of, like, very nice colors all over the place. And to be honest, like, it's brighter and more colorful on an emulator because the screen is darker and duller. So, all this free space, exactly. I will say that there was some text that like was kind of small. I'd always struggle to see the experience bar because that's legitimately 2 pixels tall. But when I mention how big the font was, it's like, you know what, that actually helps a lot. Listen, okay, this trainer battle legit kicks my butt a lot. You get 1 saving grace, and that is, you've probably leveled up once. So unlike other games, well actually, okay, this is the one that won on... Oh, I don't know. Hey, it's Biendeo. Oh, your dad gave you a Pokemon. Sit right here, how about a little bell? I'll teach you about being a trainer is all about. Oh my gosh. And here he is. First trainer battle, why not? Kick my butt. So, he sends out Trico. He actually sends out whatever starter, you know, is stronger than yours. Super effective, that is. But fortunately, all of them do not know a super effective attack. Neither do you, but... So, yeah. Your tip is basically, I always say, use Growl. Oh my gosh, I'm just gonna get wrecked, aren't I? I did take the potion from the bag, so if I'm really gonna fall for this. I realize as well, you'll be in the Russian army when you play Gen 4. Really? Oh no, man. Alright, well, I'm hoping 2 Growls is good enough. Trico here knows Pound and Leer, so he's gonna counter me dropping his attack by him lowering my defense, so it kind of evens out in the end. I could also use Mud Slap. If he gets another crit, I'm just screwed. I'm just gonna do a quick reset. There we go. Bit of accuracy drop would also be fun. There you go. See? That's fun. So he knows Pound and Leer. If you're fighting against a Mudkip, of course he knows Tackle and Growl. And if you're fighting against a, I think I got this. There we go. I think I got this. Hey! If you're fighting against Torchic, the fire type, they'll know Scratch and Growl. So, all different moves, but for the most part, yeah. Every man from 2030 must serve the motherland for at least 1 year. Oh, dude, rip. So, good luck, my man. Please stay safe when you go over there. Or you go in, but... I think, isn't South Korea a similar thing as well? Because that's why, like, BTS has kind of been, like, you know, disbanded for a moment.
I think I get it. I think I know why my dad has his eye out for you now. Look, your Pokemon already likes you, even though you just got it. Biendeo, I get the feeling that you could befriend any Pokemon with ease. We should head back to the lab.
Okay. And yeah, you gotta just walk all the way back. Unfortunately, no grass. You know, my Pokemon's only got 1 health. This is a very important thing. I didn't have to... No, I'm healing first, man. I'm healing. I don't trust you, bro. I think in South Korea they would pass the guy on which doctor didn't count 1 centimeter for 3 degrees of flat feet. Huh. Or is it centimeter? Centimeter. I'm heading back to my dad's lab now. You should hop back to it just to remind you. Just to remind you. I like the little indicator of what route you are in the top left. Although, again, Crystal did it first. So, there's a lot of things that are in Crystal. I think it's just because the Game Boy Color was just able to push a bit more. And so they just threw it in. It's like, yeah, okay, it's cool. Oh, hi Biendeo, I heard you beat Brennan on your first try. Yeah, it actually was the first try, that one. Brennan's been helping me with my research for a long time. Brennan has an extensive history as a trainer already, with his level 5 Trico. Yeah, Ben, I ordered this for my research. I also love how technically, I guess, he has 2 Tricos. This isn't one where, like, you know, he's got all 3 starters and he gives one to your rival. Your rival technically had the Trico already. You just so happen to pick the, you know, the other one. And you get the Pokédex. It makes a record of any Pokemon you meet or catch. Whenever he catches a rare Pokemon, does he ever catch a rare Pokemon? You're just hyping him up. So you got a Pokédex too? Why is he like this? 10-year-olds. And he gives you the Pokeball. It's the only one you need. You know, it's more fun to have a whole bunch of Pokemon. I'm going to explore all over the place to find different Pokemon. If I find any cool Pokemon, you bet I'll try to get them with balls. Nice. Every time. So yeah. General rules go, I don't think there's anything too weird, but here's a big change from the first game, or the other 2 games. I keep forgetting, 2 games. Did you introduce yourself to Professor Birch? Oh, what a wonderful, adorable Pokemon you got from Professor Birch, how nice. You're your father's child, alright. You look good together with Pokemon. Here, honey, if you're going out on an adventure, wear these running shoes. They'll put a zip in your step. This is a feature that everyone loves. And to be honest, I get it, and it's in all the remakes of the previous games as well. People just want to get places. And this game, running is amazingly fast. Like, when you're walking, it feels pretty normal, you know? You're going for it. When you run, it's like, whoa, I'm going. I'm jogging. I don't think there's particularly any downside to running. My brain feels like the encounter rate is higher, but I'm also not sure if that's just because you're running across more grass, so... A lot of old Pokemon games depict your rival as the nice guy, meanwhile fans, even in Galar's Scottish... Oh, Galar's Scottish Girl, let me tell ya. It's amazing. I like to think the 3rd gen rival is a bit mean, though. Nothing beats 2nd gen, though. Does he even have, like, an official name, or is he just kind of called, like, Silver or something? So, anyway, have I seen all the Pokemon? I haven't seen Wingull yet. Wingull does appear, but Wingull, actually, I don't think Wingull appears on the next route, so... Anyway, there's a seagull Pokemon called Wingull. He's pretty cool. He's actually a bit overused. I think a lot of people do use Wingull on their playthroughs. That's not that bad, it's just... Nothing beats Gen 1. Smell you later. Exactly, smell you later. I hate weak Pokemon. I only like strong Pokemon. Hydration. You know what you can say? You can never have too much water. Oh, I love how this guy's like, I finished sketching the footprints of a rare Pokemon. It turns out they're only my own footprints. What a gaff. What a gaff. What a champ. This guy, I think, does he sell Pokeballs now? Okay. Very important. Most important feature of this game. You're buying 10 at a time. Every time. You do that, I'll throw in a Premier Ball. A Premier Ball is a Pokemon, but it's white on the top. It looks fancy. I'm not going to make it a challenge to try and catch every Pokemon I want with a Premier Ball. But it'd be kind of funny if I did. So I'm going to try my best. I'm going to try and catch a bunch of Pokemon. So anyway, this is Route 102. So I mentioned, yeah, we've got Wurmple, Zigzagoon, Poochyena, and then we didn't see any Wingulls, but there are Wingulls in there if you want to get a Wingull. This route, it's got 3 of them. It's got Zigzagoon, Wurmple, and Poochyena, but it also has our first version exclusive. Since I'm playing Pokemon Sapphire, I'm going to see Lotad. But if you're playing Ruby, you're going to see a Seedot. Both of those actually evolve into remarkably great Pokemon. A lot of people love them. In fact, actually, I don't think there's really any hugely rough Pokemon except for maybe Lubdisk later in the game. By the way, first trainer. It's not Joey. It's a guy called Calvin. Weird. I don't think Rattatar's even in this game, so... Anyway, it's coming at you with the Zigzagoon. It's just level 5, it's not really too weird. But I will say that, like, there's a lot more trainers in this game. That's something where, like, you know, compared to 2nd gen, where there's really not that much between the areas, there's a lot more in this one. And, I think there's just 4 trainers just to the next route as well. Like, you're just going, oh, okay, another guy.
Our eyes met. I'll take you on with my bug Pokemon.
Okay, sure. Okay. The battle music is great, though. Bugcatcher Rick. So, yeah. Oh, I love this game so much, though. I do enjoy it. And it's using a string shot like previous Pokemon. In fact, it's not really too much different from 2nd gen in terms of, like, main mechanics. And this was kind of one where it's like Pokemon ended up kind of just refining a few things, or like throwing new mechanics onto the mix. Every mechanic that they've thrown into this game has mostly stayed in the franchise, so abilities and natures have still stuck. The contests haven't, but you know, abilities and natures are kind of a big one. I'm probably gonna heal. I don't trust like my one Pokemon lasting just yet. But they do give you plenty of... Well, they're not actually giving you plenty of money, now I think about it, but they're giving you plenty of experience. And to be honest, like, you know, they're a bit more generous when it comes to like the early gym in this game. Cause like I swear there's like 3 or 4 trainers, and then like now you got to fight. You know, in second gen in Pokemon Gold, it's like you had to fight a Pidgeotto that was level 9, and that like kicks everyone's butt. It's a really strong one. Not very tall, so I sneak around into the tall grass. The grass goes up my nose and fluff over. Thank you, bro. He sneezed on me. There's 2 other Pokemon in this route that I'm not too sure if I'll find because they're actually kind of rare. There's a 4% chance to find Ralts. We'll actually get an opportunity to see Ralts pretty soon, so don't worry. But Ralts evolves into everyone's favorite Rule 34 Pokemon, Gardevoir. Good old Howl, by the way. Gotta watch out if he attacks twice. Too bad he's not. Oh my gosh, I'm dying. The other one that is incredibly hard to find, a 1% chance. Bruh, Sega sells all their games on the Steam sale, but not Sonic Origins. That's a weird one. Is there anything big on the sale? I do have a topic about pricing video games in a moment. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Oh my gosh, water gun already. I guess I am level 10. It's like I'm getting a few levels already. So the last Pokemon you can find here with a 1% chance, a very low chance. Also, we're getting berries. These are important to actually get. The berries are basically, I mean, there were berries in the previous game, but they actually have, instead of just like Pruz Cure Berry and Poison PlayStation Network Cure Berry, all of these actually have names, and I'm pretty sure you can see the tag as well, and you can see them. And they give a very nice description of them as well as also whether they're spicy, dry, sweet, bitter, sour. But in particular, you know, like, this is just a Poison Cure Berry, and this is just a regular old berry, right? But they've been given names, and you actually have the ability to plant them back in the soil, which I'm not going to do just at the moment, mostly because I don't have the opportunity to water them yet. We'll get into that in a moment, but it's a fun mechanic that relies on the clock that you set. The clock is, it doesn't know what day of the week it is, unlike second gen, so there's nothing that's actually based on a particular day, but there are things that wait until, you know, 24 hours have passed. There's a lot of that, so. Now, Mudkip is actually a bit of a physical attacker. We can actually see by his stats as well. You can see his physical attack is 23, so you may be tempted to use Water Gun. Maybe it might do a little more damage, but I'm fairly confident that Tackle will do pretty alright though. Sonic Frontiers, 33% off. Mania, 50%. All Sonic games released before 2012, 50%. But not Origins at all, as well. That's kind of weird. That is kind of weird. You'd think they'd be getting rid of Origins. So I've got a topic. Redfall is a video game that came out last Tuesday. It is the new... it's a 4-player co-op game by Arcane Austin. So the half of Arcane that made Prey, and not the one that made Deathloop or Dishonored. I loved Prey. I actually really did like it. It's one of the very few AAA games that came out recently that would be like, yeah, no, this is worth playing. Angry Birds Origin. Oh, true, yeah, because they put Angry Birds. But I want to mention, Redfall is another game that is having shoddy performance issues, and on top of that, people are not big fans of the design, but also the price. It is 120 Australian dollars. For reference, the new Zelda that is coming out this Friday, I can find at JB Hi-Fi for $74. I know it's on the Switch instead of PC, but it's also like, that is a brand new game that costs like 60% of the price. Do you have any antidotes? If you walk around with a poison Pokemon, it will still faint. Oh my gosh. It is not stonks. I've never seen a game push for $120. When we were talking about the $70 US, you know, price hike, the general consensus was this will probably be about 105 Australian. And then it ended up being 115 when it came to Final Fantasy VII Remake and Forspoken. But not many people did 115. Some did 105, some did 110. I know the new Call of Duty was 110. Some just did 100 Australian. 120 feels like a bit of an insult. Like, I don't want to say like get offended, but like legitimately, this game costs much more than any other game around it. it needs to be a standout. It needs to legitimately stand out against the crowd. And unfortunately, it kind of just looks like another 4-player shooter. And that's a very weird note. If I've never played a video game... Oh, sure, yeah. May I see your profile? Oh my gosh. So now I can set some text for me. Do I have any funny things? A tiny bit, do I have of? I do. What words do I have? I'm curious if I can do something funnier. So for reference, these are like names of, I don't think of the names of Pokemon, but like, they're like types, moves, random words. This is a weird mechanic they've thrown in. The Last of Us 2 for PS5 cost around 120. Oh, that's rough. I think it was 115 here. But it's still like, that's a crazy amount of money. Tiny bit of natural... It's just a Wurmple. A tiny bit of natural... Yeah! Nice. I'm glad we can do it. A tiny bit of natural liquid ooze. Fantastic. Nice. I believe you can change it if you want to, but it's just kind of weird. So every time you like come across someone, you actually get to see their trainer card, and it will say that on them. I would rather buy the whole Sega department in Argentina than this. Oh, exactly, yeah. But yeah, I think there's something really wrong with how our price increases have been going, because, and to be honest, people accepted season passes and all that stuff, even though I don't think a lot of season passes are really worth it. And they're all mixed quality. I'm not the biggest fan of that, but, you know, we're at this weird point where it's like, now we're going in with maybe games as a service, and now we're not going to be throwing in season passes really as much anymore, but yeah, legit, like, I would legitimately buy the Zelda game, and then I have $46 left to spare, which, you know what you could buy for $40? Prey 2017, not even on a sale price. They charge $40 for that. If you are new to video games, please never buy new video games. Play the ones that people have said have done well, they stand the test of time. New games, they're just not great value anymore. And on top of that, you got the teething issues of new console, kind of stuff going on. This is the gym, by the way. There's the gym leader, huh? Oh, if it isn't Biendeo, so you're all finished moving in? I'm surprised that you managed to get here by yourself. Oh, I see, you're here with your Pokemon. Then I guess you're going to become a Pokemon trainer like me, Biendeo. That's great news, I'll look forward to it. Oh.
I'd like to get a Pokemon, please.
Check the clipboard. You're Wally, right?
I'm gonna stay with my relatives in Turf Town. I thought I'd be lonely by myself, so I wanted to take a Pokemon along, but I've never caught a Pokemon before. I don't know how.
Remember, you could buy a whole cart of excellent food for only 1,000 rubles. Those were the days, man. Freaking some food around me just cost like weirdly lots. I have noticed though that I like. Well, he just gets a 6 second just straight up. I'll give you one singular Pokeball. Would you really come with me? Oh my gosh. Okay. But like, I've noticed that like steaks and stuff, like if you want to buy a cut of meat, like a steak. Listen, it is Wally. Everyone hates Wally. All my homies hate Wally.
Biendeo, Pokemon hide in tall grass like this, don't they? Please watch me see if I can catch one.
I'm gonna totally do that. He doesn't show up for too much again. Oh my gosh, look, a 4% chance to appear rolled. I'm sorry, bro. I'm gonna ruin Wally for you. Now, here's a fun fact, by the way. Wally has a 0.01% chance of killing the Ralts because he tackles it twice, and there's a very small possibility that the Zigzagoon has his stats in such a right order that it actually causes both of those tackles to deal enough damage. Oh yeah, and he can find a shiny as well. But it doesn't matter. Like, even if he kills the Ralts, he just ends the cutscene as if he caught it. It's kind of fun that, like, you know, it's the mailbag as well. I just want to note that. You're never going to see that for the rest of the game, so... He gets it first try as well, so... I do like how technically you could have been catching stuff on the way as well, but, you know, for the most part, it's pretty alright, so...
I did it. It's my Pokemon. Thank you. Let's go back to the gym. Oh, whoosh.
Okay. Oh, did it work out?
Thank you. Yes, it did. It's your Pokemon back.
Biendeo, thank you. Oh,
Biendeo, thank you. Come along with me.
do I? Oh, his voice is too much pain.
Oh, my mom.
Go back to your mom, man. Yeah, I say in front of my dad. Biendeo, if you want to become a strong trainer, here's my advice: head for Redfall City beyond this town. There you should challenge the gym leader,
Roxanne!
After, go on to the other Pokemon gyms and defeat their leaders. Collect badges from them, understood? Of course, I'm a gym leader too. We'll battle one day, Biendeo. But that's only after you become a stronger Biendeo. Now, this is what I like. The fact that the challenge isn't exclusively to catch Pokemon, although you've found the professor and he's just told you that, but your dad's a gym leader. And there's actually kind of this idea of you want to be like your dad. You want to kind of, you know, follow his footsteps. And to do that, playing with Wally... He's been frail and sickly. What is wrong with the air here? What is actually wrong with the air here? Why nobody loved Wally when we had Pokemon up here with Game Freak trainers? I actually took Wally. So I only pick on Wally because he is frail and weak, as his dad says. That's the only reason. So, I only mean it in jest, don't worry. If you're going to throw a Pokeball, weaken the wild Pokemon first. It'll be easier to catch if it's been poisoned, burned, or lulled to sleep. Now, here's the thing, I guess. I could... Oh, I'm not a trainer. Good meme trainer right here. Good thing there's no other trainers around. Oh, no. Guess we still have almost 20 years before remakes of Gen 3. Well, we had, like, Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. I thought the general trend was they'd do a remake... 13? Yeah, no. Like 11 years after the game came out. Which means we're kind of riding the line when it comes to like black and white now. We're really cutting it. But we're getting there. So this is a Seedot. This is the version exclusive that I flat out can't get. He's got Bide. Bide deals a lot of damage if he takes a few turns and unleashes the amount of damage I've dealt to him. But for now, he's not really getting there, so... this route has one new Pokemon and maybe another opportunity to find a Wingull. But this is the new Pokemon, Tailo. It's the bird type. It's the normal flying. But Tailo is actually pretty cool. Some people sleep on him. Actually, I don't think a lot of people sleep on him, but he does have Peck though, which is kind of annoying. That was a joke. We stuck in time, crawl back to the present time while playing Pokemon games. Listen, Pokemon is eternal though, so I don't dismiss. I got sand in my runners. So I kind of want to catch another Pokemon, but I'm also kind of like... Actually, you know what? I should probably catch a Zigzagoon just so I have a HM Slave. The sea, huh? I wonder what it's like at the bottom of the sea. What a great, like, allusion to later in the game. Nice house, by the way. Bad news for me that it's 2003 and... Oh, no. Oh, no. A seaside cottage is where Mr. Briny lives. He was once a mighty sailor who never feared the sea, however stormy. So I'm probably going to just meander in here and find a Zigzagoon. This is not a Zigzagoon, so there's a half chance to find a Zigzagoon, so I just gotta try my best. I'll find him eventually. This is a weird route as well. It's kind of like Route 2 on in first gen, where you have the Viridian Forest, but technically both sides are still the same route. This is the same thing. There's a forest here, but when you get on the other side, you're still in Route 104. Wow, okay. So I'm just gonna run away at this point. I wasn't born yet, I can sleep. Well, at least for now. That just means you're in your most vulnerable state. It's like Back to the Future. It's just like someone's just gonna try and date your mum. Okay, here we go. Zigzagoon. That is a very awkward amount of damage. Oh, I could use Mud Slap. Should be good. You don't have a lot of strats for really weakening him, but should have a decent array of moves. Zigzagoon is notoriously one of the best HM slaves in the world. HM slaves being all the moves that you have to use out in the field. It's very awkward silence when this finishes. So, there we go, Zigzagoon. He's a tiny raccoon. The hair on Zigzagoon's back is bristly. It rubs the hard back hair against trees to leave its territorial markings. This Pokemon may play dead to full foes in battle. We'll give him a name. I'm gonna call him... We're gonna call him Brushy. Good old Brushy. Oh, sorry, her. I called a female. So yeah, go to the Pokemon, we can switch them out like this. Wah! Wonderful UI. So yeah, video games, too expensive, and I was looking into this as well, and I feel like just in general, even Nintendo in some cases, their games cost a lot to make. But you know one thing Nintendo, like, and I'm not saying, I mean, I know, it's like, oh, look at me, I have the Munchlax profile picture and I'm playing Pokemon, of course I'm gonna defend Nintendo, but there's one thing Nintendo is notorious for, and that is they have crazy good, like, revenue for their games. Mario Kart 8 and, like, or every Pokemon game legitimately sells, like, hundreds of millions of dollars or gets hundreds of millions of dollars of revenue. And, like, I know that technically goes to the Pokemon company, but Nintendo's got a third of the stake, so we'll just say a third of that goes to Nintendo at least. But, like, when we talk about video games and hopefully they sell in the millions, every Pokemon game nowadays seems to be selling in the tens of millions. Like, even the more mid ones, even Sword and Shield. In the motherland, your parents, at least in my parents' time, will cycle in any case they would be together in all multiverses. Ah, okay. That's how they protect them. This Zigzagoon's gonna kind of get a bit annihilated, isn't he? He's just not as high level as he could be, so that's okay. I want to note as well, this guy is a rich boy. I know that there were you know, named trainers in the previous game, but in particular, I kind of like the themes of the named trainers, in this game. Because what's the theme with the rich boy? Well, one, they usually have a bunch of normal types. That seems to just be their trend. But also, I want to note, every single Pokemon that I think a rich boy has, they have a nugget, so if you use Thief, you can steal the nugget. And I also want to note, look how much money they give you. 1,400! You could buy 7 Pokeballs with that. Good old Gens repickup, exactly as well, yeah. Oh yeah, also no, since Zigzagoon has an ability, he has Pickup. Pickup is fun because there's a table of items that he can potentially pick up depending on his level. And occasionally he'll just have a hold item. So you might want to check that every so often. Dun, dun. I got a bunch of wild Pokemon. Cool, bro. Cool. Oh, it's this guy. Look at this guy. Look at... Why did he do this to me? Alright. 6 level 3 Wurmples. Away we go. What a gripping trainer. There's a certain degree of, oh, sorry, I guess I would give you yen in the original, so it would make more sense. True. But even then, like, 1,400 is a lot given that other trainers, like, this guy's gonna give me, like, 40 bucks. The rich trainer gives you, like, so substantially more money. So... Dude, Zigzagoon is legit one of the coolest Pokemon out there, though. In fact, actually, we've been doing a good job, like, only seeing new Pokemon yet. By the way, I got trolled by the whole China production. The whole China production, the entire thing. How'd that happen? How did you get trolled by them? Unfortunately, it's not as... Maybe it is kind of as snaky as Viridian Forest. This place. Do I have anything else to say about yeah, okay, so yeah, Nintendo games seem to make a lot of revenue. And I feel like, you know, I don't think Nintendo has to necessarily raise the prices on their games just because they do make lots of money. And granted, all these big companies kind of already made a lot of money and they're kind of taking advantage of consumers by raising the prices. But they are also sinking more money into their games. They are getting less percentage growth, but they're not getting less, like, revenue full stop. They're just spending crazy amounts on their games when, to be honest, they probably could, like, trim a lot of the fat. I don't think these games are being, you know, produced really efficiently. There's a lot of stuff that is going on behind the scenes that is like, please, guys, you can totally control that. You can totally not do that. Well, as long as he doesn't get a crit. Or just use a string shot, sure. And I think there's something to be said about, like, games can work with lower budgets. Maybe they're not wowing our brains, but you know what? We don't have to. I bought a headset, they broke after 4 months, I bought a monitor for 12k rubles, the Marriage of the Matrix was revealed last week, and I have to wait 45 days before they say, yeah, it's broken, so they would give me my money back. That's kind of weird. That's really strange. Come to Australia, be an Australian citizen. We got, like, crazy consumer laws where you can basically, like, demand a warranty. Don't actually do this out of people, but legitimately, like, the consumer laws are kind of like, you can pretty much request a refund or a replacement if something's broken, and then you can, like, pay, like, 40 bucks to raise it to the, like, to the small claims court if you really want to, like, go down that far, and most companies are just like, fine, I'll replace your fish and chips, like, we'll just do that. This time I had to play on a 4x3 monitor, on which there's no HDMI. Oof. If it's got DVI, that's actually not too bad. You can do active converters to DVI fairly okay though, but yeah, if it's VGA, oh boy, it's VGA. What other monitor technologies? Much worse? It's not SCART, is it? Is it SCART? I love SCART. SCART is great. What else did we do? I feel like VGA has been, like, a really old one, but I swear there's probably something, like, much older than that. Someone can tell me. Oh, it's actually... Yeah, okay. VGA is old, though. VGA is analog. It's sorely old by this point. By the way, I love how you can just, like, rush off and, like, heal and just come back and, you know, you didn't miss anything. And there's a Zigzagoon. How cool is that? So, in this forest, you will find Zigzagoons. You'll also find Wurmples. There is actually a new Pokemon that you can find, Shroomish. Sometimes there are things on the ground, even if you can't see them. Bro, I'm not finding all the things except for this one. This one's kind of obvious. There's actually this little down cut here, which leads to this upper ledge up here. You're a thief if you try to steal someone's Pokemon. You should throw Pokeballs only at wild Pokemon. Which is kind of cool, but the Pokemon here, I guess. Pokeball, sorry. Any hidden stuff? I don't think you're gonna find anything there. I don't know what's with the wires, but always show minus 50% brightness, or about 50%. Is that the tilde? My screen res is so low on my chat, so. But yeah, Shroomish is fairly alright. Did I fail to run away from that one? That's a weird one. Shroomish is fairly alright. I do like him. Actually, he evolves into Breloom, doesn't he? And Breloom is kind of GOAT. A lot of people do like Breloom, so. You can catch Silcoon and Cascoon here, so, and in fact, both of them. So, in case you're streaming a game only at nighttime, you do get the opportunity to just catch, you know, the daytime or the nighttime equivalent. That's fine. Just be warned. They're level 5 and probably only know Harden. There's Talos here, and there's also a 5% chance of Slackoth, which is a fun, just crazy attacker Pokemon, basically. Have you seen any Pokemon called Shroomish around here? Why, yes, there's a 15% chance here. I really love that Pokemon.
I was going to ambush you, but I had to dawdle in Petalburg Woods forever, didn't you? Oh, I got sick of waiting, so here I am. You, Devon researcher, hand over those papers. Hey, you're a Pokemon trainer, aren't you? You gotta help me, please. Huh?
What do you think you're doing? Oh, sorry.
What do you think you're doing? Well, you're gonna protect him? No one who crosses Team Aqua gets any mercy, not even a kid. Come on and battle me.
Look at that, he's got his own fun music. Look at this guy. These guys are the kings of style. Team Aqua is legit stylish. Someone's gonna tell me Team Magma is where it's at. Nah, man. Team Aqua. Team Aqua for life, bro. So, this is a fun part about Pokemon 3rd Gen. The fact that Pokemon Ruby and Pokemon Sapphire had different villains. And they actually had a substantially different story. And they weren't just, like, which game has, like, you know, Sandshrew instead of Vulpix or something like that. By the way, your words about Australia, that you move to your country. Australia's cool. The only thing that's kind of sucks is our housing is, like, absurd. Like, we have some of the worst housing rates, I think, out there. At least in the Sydney area. Maybe it's a lot better when you're further out, but it is a cool place, though, otherwise.
You're kidding me. You're tough.
And then I stole his money.
Guru, you got some nerve battling with Team Aqua. Come on and battle me again. I wish I could say that, but I'm out of Pokemon.
And hey, with Team Aqua, we're also after something in Rossborough, so I'll let you go today. Yo. Whew, that was awfully close. Thanks to you, he didn't rob me of these important papers. I know, I'll give you a great ball as my thanks. A great ball is a Pokeball that works a half chance, like 1.5 times better. Also, I think the Pokemon catch rate is actually, like, you know, as people expect now. It was a little scuffed in 2nd Gen, but it actually works fine in this one. So, a great ball does work pretty alright. I think it used to be that, like, the ball would actually, like, raise the minimum, like target number that would be random, or that you'd randomly generate under the hood. So that means you have a better chance of actually getting it, but also it's like harder Pokemon were nigh impossible without a good ball. So I don't know why, but every time my father got drunk, he always says how in the next 10 years we're gonna have a nuclear war with him and we should move to Australia because they will not suffer from the apocalypse. To be honest though, we've had Mad Max as a film, and that is kind of the apocalypse. We got a lot of land though, so you know, if there's one place to probably be safe, it's just somewhere where, like, no one lives, basically. Nincada. Nincada is a cool Pokemon. I love him. It's ground bug. It has a bit of defense from the looks of this. There will be no place to hide. I don't know if we have underground shelters. Actually, I know Darwin got hit during World War II, so, you know, they're not safe up there because they're a bit too close. But as you go further south, like especially Tasmania, legit beautiful place. Like I've been there a couple of times. It's actually like a really cool place. It does get cold, and it's also kind of, you know, it's on an island, so it's like, oh, okay. But legit, like, they got a lot of things to see, a lot of places to go to, and like they're so like quiet that they're not even like touristy. It's very little, you know. You don't get swept up in like tourism crowds like you do in some other like large places. So it gets even funny when he says the same thing about New Zealand. Yeah, New Zealand's New Zealand though. I think a lot of people do know about New Zealand, but Tasmania. The best part about Tasmania is that even like Australians forget about Tasmania. I was looking at like my old work's website, and you have to like list what state you're in order to like request a sample of like their program. And they have a drop down for what state you're in, and they have even like the ACT and the Northern Territory, and they don't have Tasmania. It's like, oh, okay. I like filling my mouths with seeds and then spitting them out fast. You can have this, so you can try it out. Use it on a Pokemon, and it will learn a move for firing seeds rapidly. Oh my goodness. So yeah, we actually get TMs. What are TMs? TMs are just moves that you can teach once. There'll be a couple of times when I'll probably teach a move. I don't think this stream will be one of those opportunities, but sure. More berries as well. The island with that guy from Looney Tunes. Oh, exactly, yeah. But no, yeah, legit, like, you know, if I was paid by the Australian government to sell Australia, I'm like, yeah, as long as we can fix our housing prices, that's gonna be a cool place. I guess also relative, aren't there a lot of places that have housing problems? Like, I don't know, that's a general trend. But look at all these patches that could look like they have items, but who knows if they do. Me, while I press A a bunch. Look at that. Ooh, a super potion. Or as I'll eventually refer to as a stupid potion, but a stupid potion right now is actually pretty cool. Sell Australia to Britain, but not Tasmania. Bro, you guys Britain went through the coronation on the weekend. That was like, I love how people were saying like, oh, they were like way longer when like Queen Elizabeth like went in. It's like, yeah, but also like they didn't televise it. Well, maybe they did televise Queen Elizabeth in the 50s, but no, it's the 50s. It's like my parents weren't even alive during that. Like this is probably gonna be, oh, maybe not the only it was their first coronation that they've ever seen, just as me. Like, you know, it's a momentous occasion. Is it something that we care about? Maybe. I saw the Grim Reaper walking by on us. Maybe. I was watching F1, which was happening at the same time, and they were just like, even if you're for or anti-coronation, you'd have to admit that it's a momentous. That's my Simon Lazenby impression. It's a momentous occasion, and I was like, it's weird to mention, like, even if you're for anti-coronation, but I do agree with him in the sense of like, you know, it's something. It's cool, I guess. I got a bunch of people singing hymns. The hymns are, you know, good jams. A lot of things. My British. Oh yeah. That's how he talks. I swear. That's how he talks. I'm currently in the passenger seat of this Aston Martin Vanquish. I've lost it now. I've lost it, but I got too much British heritage. Oh, it's Lotad. It's Lotad. There he is. I love Lotad. He's cool. I mean, I guess it's Lotad on this side of the forest and Cedar on the other side. The best part as well is that I'm almost at the end. You know, we're almost at the point where, granted, it does take a while to get to the place for the first gym, but you know, I guess, you know, generally this game is a bit longer because, you know, it doesn't have any of that, like, post-game business that, Gold and Silver has. But you know what, like, I think the pacing on this game is fairly alright. Especially because it's like, hey, you know, we've already been introduced to the villains. Team Rocket didn't get introduced until right before you got to the second, like, gym town, basically. And I think that's actually, like, a fun thing that they've added to more Pokemon games, is they add more meaning to villains and like why they're around and stuff like that. Oh, he's got a Shroomish. I'm gonna soak up the experience on this one. Actually, I might have this. I'm gonna use a Tail Whip because this tackle's taking forever. But yeah, I don't think the coronation was like. I know some people are hugely against it. I'm just like, this is fine. But it did drag on. It did drag on. Like, as a, like, thing we're viewing, it's like, oh my goodness, man. Like, he did move between so many chairs. And then, like, he legit, like, got, you know, all the apparatus, all the, if I say paraphernalia, is it? Well, I guess Brushy is not getting anywhere. I got all that stuff, like, at about, like, 70 or 80 minutes into the ceremony. And I'm like, took like 20 or 30 minutes to leave. It was a lot of time. I know I've got to push through because it's like, did he really poison me? That's pain. And I know there's like 2 trainers as well. Okay, but I want to say I might be able to avoid them, maybe, or I gotta go quick. I think I gotta go quick. There's one big new mechanic. It's this wonderful GBA, like, fuzz effect. Oh, okay, I don't have to fight him. Alright. There's 2 trainers, so you have to fight there. You don't have to fight No, you're good. Here we are, Rustboro City. Help, I'm dying. Help, I'm dying. Help, my guy's dying. Thanks for the follow, Tori. Kui, man. Kui. always find my guys are dying because I try and commit to the forest too much. But let's talk to these fellas for a moment. Just like people. There are male and female gosh, that hasn't aged, has it? But no one seems to have... well, to be honest, maybe that has aged. I don't know. The man next door gave me a... I used it to teach my Pokemon how to cut down skinny trees. My Pokemon have a naive nature and my friends a jolly nature. Why, yes, we gotta start telling you about different mechanics. Oh boy. Oh boy. Wow, you have Pokemon with you too. You'd think like everyone has Pokemon, like a little kid, it's just like a pet, you know? Why would you like not have a Pokemon? So, why keep it a secret? I'm the water Pokemon expert, huh? You don't know me? So yeah, there's two trainers. There's two trainers left to fight. This guy has Magikarp. Finally, that is a non-third gen Pokemon. The first non-third gen Pokemon, and of course it is everyone's favorite, Magikarp. The one that can't do anything. He can eventually use Tackle, but for now, I think this guy's got a party full of ones that can't do anything. So this is going to be a fun bit of tackling. Also, I guess I watched the F1 race, which was at 5:30 a.m. this morning. What if I am Shuppet, which is associate himself with a battle helicopter? Does Shuppet have a gender? Like, I mean, what's like under the puppet? You're reaching under... Gosh, I don't know where I'm going with that one. He's a puppet, he's like a sock thing, I don't know. Told my wife I was going to the bank, just didn't tell her which one. Exactly. Oh, I should have said that one. This guy's called Ivan. Ivan is Ivan the fisherman's name? I guess it is in this game. How come? Well, whose fascination is it with constantly throwing Pokeballs at Magikarp? At some point, you have to go, yeah, like, I can see that this Magikarp is yay big. I don't have to catch him in order to know. Just, like, you're fishing. You reel him in, pull out the tape measure, throw him back if he's too small. You don't need to hold on to all of them and then fight the next child who comes past you. What is it? Why? I thought it wasn't too bad, if I may say so, but I guess you're not bleh. Or I guess not bleh. So, look at all, oh my gosh, there's an old lady chilling next to the lake. I mean, it's deep enough for there to be, like, fish. Look at all these berries. I love how they got, like, fun, like, stuff. Gotta go, see you in half of an hour on this old piece of stuff on it. Alright, see you, man, in half an hour. I'll still be streaming in half an hour, so if you see berries growing in loamy soil, feel free to take them. Make sure you plant it. Did I go into the building? The Chesto berry is actually one of the most powerful ones, and it's actually something that, well, we might as well do a fight first. So, let's battle with our Pokemon. So this is actually, like, this comes out of nowhere as well, because this looks like it's two trainers that you gotta fight. And it actually is, but, like, the first time this happened, I was like, whoa! Although they did advertise this in the back of the box. There are double battles. You can fight two... Also, you can hit start, so you can see how, by the way, just because there's not enough screen real estate. But double battles are an opportunity for you to fight with two Pokemon in the same fight. You get to target who you're hitting, and you send commands to both of your Pokemon. And then they all kind of play moves as, you know, as they do with, you know, the speed stat. Some moves hit both Pokemon, like this Growl attack. And this provides a crazy amount of depth to the game. There's actually, like, double battles introduce a remarkable amount of, like, strategy as to, like, who are you targeting, what kinds of, you know, Pokemon synergize. You might actually want to cast, like, status effect moves with one Pokemon and have another one do the sweeping. Or you have two different Pokemon, you know, like, kind of do your type coverage, that kind of stuff. And they're both getting, you know, experience. Double battles are so good. I just wish there were more than 7 double battles in the whole game. It's remarkably underused. It gets one, like, you know, big moment, which is the 7th gym fight is a double battle. But other than that, there's rarely any opportunities in this game for double battles. Pokemon Emerald does a bit of toying around, and they actually reposition some of the trainers, and they make it so if 2 trainers see you at the same time, they will both battle you. But this game is like, nah, all the double bells are just people sitting there like that, so... I don't think... Did I go in here? I feel like I did. Hello, this is the Pretty Petal Flower Shop, spreading flowers throughout the world. Your name is Biendeo. That's a nice name. Biendeo, would you like to learn about berries? No! Flowers bring so much happiness to people, don't they? Oh, okay. Fine. Berries grow on trees that thrive only in dark, loamy soil. If you take some berries, be sure to plant one in loamy soil again. The planted berry will soon sprout, grow into a plant, flower beautifully, and grow berries again. I want to see the whole wide world filled with beautiful flowers. That's my dream. Please help me, Biendeo. Plant berries and bring more flowers into the world. Thank you, my bro. This person? Hello. The more attention you give the flowers, the more beautifully they bloom. You like tending to flowers, I'm sure of it. You can have this. This person is super important. They give you a key item, the Whalmer Pail. So, when you plant berries, you can, you know, have the will to live, unlike me. I'm trying to be like my big sisters. Oh my gosh. Wow. But yeah, so the berry mechanic, basically, you have to water the berries every day for like 3 days or something, and then they sprout, and then they turn into more berries. So you plant one, and then eventually it sprouts and give you more berries. If it drops down, it'll just start again, basically. So you just have to be consistent. So for example, if I go here and I go, look at that, I'm going to put an orange berry in. I'm going to go over here, I'm going to put another orange berry in. I'm going to put another orange berry in. These will just have orange berries forever. And then you just gotta water them, so you press A a couple of times, you don't need to hold select. It's kind of overkill if you keep watering them, I guess, but... There's probably more to it. I haven't actually looked into, like, how the stats go for berries. But that's basically the plan, what you do. And then you come back tomorrow. Unfortunately, I stream every week. I don't know if these orange berries are still gonna be here. I like the water bubbles, they're cool. Look at this fence, though. You put this here. An X-Defend, everyone's favorite item that they will definitely be using throughout the game. But yeah, we'll see if those, I will need to come back to Rustboro later, but, just because, oh, we don't have a map, do we? Is there a map in the Pokemon Center? Yeah, look at that! They always hide a map just here, and you can actually look at this map if you ever wanted. So, we started down here, Little Root Town, wonderfully in the southern part of the map. There's this wonderful long route in the water, and then you look at this and you go, oh my gosh, what's going on over here? Listen, I don't work for IGA, so I don't mind this, but yeah, this is a gnarly part of the game when we get to it. We've done the trek up here, basically. So, the reason why I said we'll come back here is because, well, I mean, there's a couple of roads that lead here, and yeah. We'll be going there eventually. Where will we go? Well, we'll eventually find out. Let's heal as well, so. Oh, I'm definitely enjoying this, like, beginning of the game again. It's good fun. So there's a few places to see in Rustboro. It's actually a really, like, large city right away. But we got the Cutter's House, the Kung Fu Cut Man right here. That determined expression, that limber way you move, and you're well-trained Pokemon. You're obviously a skilled trainer. No, wait, don't say a word. I can just tell by looking at you. I'm sure that you'll be capable of putting this HM to good use. No need to be modest or shy. Go on, take it. Take it. And it's the first HM in the whole game. Which is the same HM as, you know, HM01 in almost every other game. It's cut. So you can teach any Pokemon cut, but you can't use it outside of battle until you beat the gym. And we did see some cut trees down below, so we'll probably have to use it at some point. Look at this old person's home with this one person talking to a skitty. Devon, corporations, workers live in this building. Oh, okay. I guess you're not retired, you're just going for it. I'm gonna raid your fridge. There's still a certain, like, Pokemon charm to all the buildings. Like, they're still designed in roughly the same layout, but I think there's just a fun, like, art style to it all. Way back in the old days, Devon was just a teeny tiny company. Yeah, that's how they all start. And they tell you that to not be evil. Did your dad just not know how to use a Premier Ball? Jeez. There we go. Devon's president likes to collect rare stones. Oh, that's a useful tip for later. I think the president's son also collects rare stones. Oh. Double useful tip. Cool. Set of Pokemon picture books. Wow. There's a lot of flavor text all around. Just lots of neat stuff. I don't know why I'm walking all the way down here. I just kind of looked around and wait a minute. There we go. So, what else is in this town? We got these two people that are probably doing... Oh, they're not doing a link trade just yet. I don't think you could do it just yet. Maybe you gotta beat the first gym. For my own Pokemon are given perfectly suited nicknames. It's my expression of, originality. Yes, that's it.
Giving the name Pikachu to a Pikachu seems pointless. I suppose it is good to use a name that's easy to understand, but...
Pekka, kill me.
Okay. Look at this fountain. There's more things as well. And in fact, actually, I enjoyed the fact that all these towns have very different buildings. We have a school, just like the beginning of 2nd gen. But yeah, this guy is like, whoa. He just walks around and...
Students who don't study get a little taste of my quick claw. Whether or not you are a good student will be evident from the way you use this item.
Wow. I am genuinely afraid. Anyway, you can look at the blackboard and describe status effects if you don't know them, but I haven't added any. I'm pretty sure all these Pokemon all these people just talk about things like Pokemon can use berries, they can't use items, which they make it a lot more clear in this game because berries get their own spot, although technically they can use them. Well, they don't use items in the same way, but they benefit from it. Roxanne, the gym leader, really knows a lot about Pokemon. She's really strong too. The trainer school is excellent. If you study there, you could even become a gym leader. Oh my gosh, they're appealing directly to me and my backstory. Oh, who might you be? You're a new face around these parts. Have you just transferred into the Pokemon trainer school? Oh, okay, sure. Just because I'm 10 doesn't mean I attend school, dweeb. Every Pokemon has a special ability they can use. Very neat. Pokemon are such strange creatures. Also neat. People have 2-story houses for once. Isn't that, like, kind of tremendous? They got a giant couch and nothing in front of it, I guess. It's so hard every day. What's hard? You ask? It's trying to figure out what to make for meals every day. It really isn't easy coming up with meals every day. That is true. That is a very true thing. Yeah. So what was the other topic I had in mind? Oh yeah. They mentioned the thing of if you have a person's Pokemon who doesn't have your trainer number, it actually levels up faster. So, and it's the gym, which we can actually go into right away. But I think there's a couple of things I can look into. Do you nickname your Pokemon? I gave a cool name to mine, but when I call my Pokemon by the name, people laugh at me. If it's okay with you, would you like to trade your Slakoth for my Makuhita? I forgot what is he called the Makuhita. I'm worried. But Slakoth is really rare. But Makuhita is actually a decent pick because this is a rock type gym, and Makuhita is fighting type, so fighting type moves super effective against rock. Very, very nice thing to have. This is Devon Corp, just casually. Hey, those running shoes. They're one of our products. Shoes. They make everything. They make shoes. They make watches. This is literally just the Apple Corp, isn't it? I'm sorry, only authorized people are allowed to enter here. Look at that, it's authorized with a Z. US spelling strikes again. Yeah, the Devon Corporation. We all just shorten it to Devon. Devon is a type of, ham, isn't it? I just always think that. So you can keep going up, but I think you're quickly greeted by a cliff if you go up. So there's not really much to gain up here. I don't even think there's a trainer to battle, so there's not really any huge point. But you can go east. Oh man, another super potion, cool. But you can go east, and I actually have a little bit of a desire to travel east. But first of all, I should probably buy some Premier Balls so that I can try and flex and have some Premier Balls. So, let us buy some Premier Balls, I guess. Welcome, how may I serve you?
Serve me.
Is this... Hold on, I'm just realizing this. Is this just the town music, but faster? I'm going mad, and I've never realized this before if it is legit, but is that just the town music from another town? Not this one, but Like, it's not quite this music. So, but yeah, let's head east for a moment, and this is Route 116, which is really late in the whole spiel of things. But it's got... Look at this guy, Ninkada. Ninkada, whether you like it or not, is gonna be one of my big guys. One of my big six, so I'm gonna try and rock until the end of the game. Because Ninkada is pretty cool. Never mind. Never mind. We got more opportunities to get him, so I'm pretty sure it's a 20% chance of Ninkada, so it's not actually that bad to find him here. There's actually a couple of other interesting Pokemon you can get here. You can also get Whismur, which is it actually evolves into a really good normal, like, physical attacker Whismur. It's really, really solid. And Skitty, which is, I think, is Skitty a special attacker? I'm just gonna click. Oh my gosh, he's also got a Ninkada. Wow. Skitty evolves into Delcatty with a Moonstone. And it's... No, it's a bit mixed, but physical attack is a little higher. The stats aren't amazing, is it? Maybe it's got a nice moveset. I've never looked into using Delcatty, though. It's not my jam, Delcatty, so... the other Pokemon, yeah, Zigzagoon, Tailo, and, of course, newly to be found is Ninkada. They're all about level 6 to 8 or so it's going to be a little behind, but I'm thinking I might be able to get them a little better. Because there's a couple of trainers on the way still. Oh wow, how many guys does this guy have? Like, oh my gosh. Don't say 3, because it just showed up on screen. Oh boy, I wonder what Silcoon will do. I never understood the perspective on Silcoon because he's got 2 eyes, but like he's clearly facing with one, or like he's facing like sideways. I never quite understood it based on that sprite. And unlike Gold and Silver, Ruby, Sapphire both have the same sprites, so there's no mystery what something looks like. So we'll keep trying around. We'll get that 20% chance for Ninkada again. There's Whismur. Whismur is cool. I do enjoy me a good Whismur, but let's get away for now. So hopefully I get a Ninkada soon. Until then, I wanted to mention as well that I've been playing a game that I have had no nostalgia for, yet I'm absolutely loving. Here's a little Ninkada. I've been playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 for the PlayStation 1. The only Tony Hawk game I've ever played before is like brief bits of Tony Hawk Downhill Jam for the Wii. I've not played that much of any other Tony Hawk game. I've played the first one a bit, but I definitely was like, I'm not 100% sure if I get it. It's a bit too hard. Not too hard, but it's like, it's not rubbing me quite the right way. I need to put in a lot of time for something I didn't feel like it could pay off. Heck yeah, Premier Ball Gang! Woo! There's nothing fancy to using a Premier Ball. It just means I'm going to throw out a white Pokeball every time I start. So, Ninkada lives underground. It uses its sharp claws to carve the roots of trees and absorb moisture and nutrients. This Pokemon can't withstand bright sunlight, so it avoids it. Ninkada's nickname is going to be, I'm going to call him Nonogram. What a fun name. Nonogram. What is Nonogram? I don't even know off the top of my head. Isn't it like, what's, the word palindrome comes to my head. Palindrome is when a word is the same backwards. Is nonogram... It's not the same as anagram. Oh my gosh, what is a nonogram? Or is that just Picross? It's Picross? Yeah, okay, sure. Oh. What a wonderful name. Imagine being named after Picross. That's a fairly alright thing. So, but Ninkada is pretty cool, although he might be a little, you know, struggling stats-wise, especially for being level 7. But look at that defense. That's a pretty decent defense for right now. He's quiet nature. I should also get a list of Pokemon natures just so I'm aware of what the stats are. But yeah, so there's actually 25 natures in the game. 5 of them don't do anything. Effectively, they're all some combination of raising one stat and lowering another except for HP. So out of all, attack, defense, attack, special defense, and speed, they either raise it by, is it 10%? Or is it 20%? 10%. Okay, so it's like, it tweaks it a little bit. The quiet nature, from the looks, actually raises special attack and decreases speed, which is potentially one of the most awkward things, because Ninkada, when he evolves, he's a speedy boy. But you know what? It's single player, and it really doesn't matter that much, so I'm committing to it. While I'm at it, he's lonely. He's a lonely boy. Lonely is increased attack, decreased defense, which is actually going to be a nice one. That's going to be a really good one. I don't care about Zigzagoon, but just for note, Quiet is increased special attack, lowered speed. Oh, it's the same one as... Funny how it do be like that. So yeah, let's go Scratch, Leech Life. At least just go Scratch. You've got a lot more chance of having a Pokemon that can actually, like, deal some damage in this game. None of that, like, Zubat with its freaking, like, learns Leech Life and then doesn't learn anything that attacks for so long. My Pokemon rule! It's a Tunnel Snakes kind of chap right there. There's nothing really too special about the natures. There is one Pokemon in, like, I think it's, is it actually in Scarlet Violet? I think it is. And it's the only one where it evolves in a different form depending on its nature. But at least for this game, nature is just, it's just for the stat. And you probably won't feel it, but it might, you know, commit to it. It'll feel a little different every playthrough. You'll have different Pokemon kind of feel differently. He's not getting anywhere, so I don't think Zigzagoon really needs any levels. I'm feeling confident on him, so. Which I know is like, I'm just like leveling up Mudkip. He's probably going to evolve for the next gym. Yeah, maybe. Maybe, but... you know, that's the fun of it. Also, it's Youngster Joey, oh my gosh. And it's got him a chop. And it's level 10, jeez. So, but yeah, I wanted to mention, yeah, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 is a game that, like, when I started getting, you know, started really playing it, I was like, well, okay, it's bright and flashy, and I'm able to, like, clear off some objectives. I'm looking around the map, I'm trying to understand what's the layout of each of the levels. You start off in that, the airport hangar, and it's like, okay, it's decently simple to understand. There's a few jumps all around, and I'd get, like, a handful of the challenges, but I didn't get all the cash, and I didn't get all the, like, all the goodies, but it's like, oh, okay, like, I can at least get the skate tokens, I can at least get, why am I going to the gym right away? I can at least get the skate tokens, I can at least get these 5, like, wings medals. There's a few things where it's like, find the 3 jumps, and I'm like, yeah, okay, sure, I can do that, and I can get a bit of the score, and then you unlock the next level, School 2, and then I was like, oh my gosh, like, there's a lot of, like, you know, a lot of ledges, a lot of things to understand in this, but then it's like, okay, well, the challenges are now not just, like, they're like, wall ride, perform a kickflip, over this one jump, like, grind down these rails, and suddenly it's like, this requires you to learn more and you know some particular moves. So then you look through your character's move list, you learn what's the button combo you use for certain moves, and then you realize it's like, oh, you know, there's the different moves actually give me like more points, or you know, if I'm using multiple of them in the combination. And then you also find out that like certain, you know, you've got, like, specials as well, and suddenly I realize what the special actually is, because in the first game, and I know not the manual tells you, but the manual only tells you one special move that a character has. In this game, there are special moves that you have to, like, you know, buy, and then technically your character does have a, you know, an extra special move somewhere hidden that, you know, you don't really know about. You gotta figure it out. But it's rather neat how it's like, okay, I'm looking through the menus, I'm learning more about my character, and then I go into a level and I try and pull it off, and then it's like, whoa, I pulled it off, and suddenly I understand a bit more about how to get, you know, more score. And then I'm going around, I'm going through this level, and I'm learning these new, like, kinds of ways to play the game. And it perpetually rode that line between introducing new stuff and giving you some kind of sandbox to really, like, toy around with it and play with it. And I really admired how it felt. It was super genuine. It was real progression, real fascination. And never mind, you know, you also get money and you can use the money to increase your stats, and you definitely will feel your stats increasing, but it's also, who cares if Leech Life is actually going to do much, or if he's going to kill me in one hit. Oh, it'll kind of suck if he killed me in one hit. He's got tackle, but I can't do anything that bad against him. I keep going right for my bag. I swear, am I going insane? Pokemon 2nd Gen, I swear Pokemon was on the right and bag was down. They've switched it up on me, I can't believe them. But the feeling is super genuine. And I definitely felt by the end of the game, it's like I had to get 250,000 points in the Philadelphia level. And there's not actually too many levels to go through for the main, like, game. Although I do know that there's a lot of, like, hidden goodies to unlock as well as you go through the game with multiple characters. But when you start the game, it's like there were the 2 levels I mentioned. And then you've got a, I keep going right. Then you've got a competition stage. So it's basically a smaller map, and you only get 1 minute instead of 2. But your goal is now to provide the most points without actually stacking, because stacking, like, you know, if you botch up and you fall off your board, you lose some kind of score. And it's a best of 3. You try and get 2 rounds. Try and go for score basically. But there's some cash around as well, so there's some bonus stuff. You then got another 2 levels. You got the New York City level and the like Venice Beach as a level, and then you got another tournament stage, and then you got one last level in Philadelphia, and then another tournament stage, and then that's the end of the game. It's only really 8 levels, but I felt there were so many things to discover. Almost every level had a secret area. Even the tournament stages had some kind of hidden place that you could actually access. And it really felt like, you know, I'm discovering so much about this game. And I didn't really need to look up most of it. I think the one thing I had to look up was, like, how to do some moves. Because I looked at it and I was like, oh my gosh, like, how do I do a tail slide, for example? And it's just, you just gotta, like, you know, you gotta get good a little bit, but you also gotta, like, toy around. And eventually, with enough, girth, I guess, I managed to actually get that 100,000 points in, sorry, that 250,000 points in Philadelphia, and that was the big challenge for me. And then I started the game again, this time as a custom character, because I knew I wanted to unlock Spider-Man, and I thought that'd be kind of cool. And I kind of swept it. It still took quite a bunch of goes, but it was like, I know where everything is. A lot of this guy's all, I want to dig through that tunnel. You can actually go into the tunnel already, and if you wanted to, you could probably catch something in here, but there's a blockage. You can't deal with that. Yeah, I'm probably going to get an encounter for a Geodude. Or a Whismer, apparently. Oh, snap, yeah, actually, sorry, this is 100% Whismer. This cave is full of Whismer. So, there's a Pokeball in here, sure. You can't actually go through here for quite a while, I think. You technically have to come here, like, after the gym, but... Note these little hidey holes in the walls as well. They're actually home to a fun mechanic. Actually, a really fun mechanic. I enjoy it. Oh, I gotta go through the grass again to get back, so why don't we make some experience for Nonogram here. I hope he gets to level 9. I think he's... I don't know, he might get caught out. I don't think he's got anything particularly great for the gym. It might be a Swampert sweep. Sorry, I am. A Mudkip sweep. It kind of sucks if you get Torchic though, because you gotta do something about a Rock-type gym. You can catch Wingull. That's probably your best bet, because he'll learn Water Gun and probably sweep it by that point. They actually did it. They made the gym a consistent type. Although if you see how, you'd be like, oh yeah, like that makes sense. So yeah, I really understood Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 on a second playthrough. Like, it all clicked in, it all made sense of like where everything was, what moves I had to do, how to do these tricks, and I would enter these levels suddenly, instead of learning things and coming back to old levels to like complete the task, I'd be like, no, I know where everything is. I can do this. And I would be getting all the goodies in the levels as I go along, and I'd get to the end, I'd be like, yeah, like, I got this, and I did it again with Spider-Man, and Spider-Man has some real good special moves that just, you know, get you tons of points right away, because I tried doing, I tried playing with Bob Burnquist again, and I was like, ah, yes, this is a bit tricky, this is definitely, you know, challenging again. I think some characters are easier than others, but it's especially one where, like, yeah, like, you know, there's so many ways to actually beat the game, and you don't feel like there's really a wrong way. You feel like you're breaking the game somewhat. You think you're doing things that they don't intend, but then you're like, no, that makes a lot of sense, actually. And especially once you get the hang of, like, chaining manuals and all that stuff, it's like, world's your oyster, man. The whole game opens up in some way. It's like, now your combos last so long between moves, between, like, jumps, so it's really neat. I do super enjoy this game. I highly recommend it. I super highly recommend it. And I think just the most incredible part is that, like, this is one where, like, I don't feel nostalgia. I've never played this game before. I think my defense will be fine, despite the fact he's pecking me. But, like, I've never played this game before, and yet it's, like, it's fascinating to me, and it you know, it makes me feel a certain way that I've never really felt with the game in a very, very long time. There's something to, like, I don't want to say all new games suck, but there's certainly something to, like, new games, just the best games of the old are still the best games. The best games of the new are still the best games. But the more average games of the new don't beat the best games of the old. They kind of just beat the average games of the old. Like, when there's I don't think I really have any huge need to not fight the gym. I might as well just, like, throw myself in here. This gym's real simple. This game actually starts to introduce some, you know, gym puzzles, but for now, this first gym is pretty straightforward. I'm actually curious if there's going to be enough time in the stream to tackle the second gym, because it's actually not a lot to get to the second gym. I was talking to a mate about, like, how much I'd actually play through the game, and I'm thinking, like, maybe the second gym. We haven't even fought the first one yet. So I'll just keep getting Kipperoni some experience here, but I'm gonna keep sliding Ninkada some points, because he's gonna need it. Which means you're gonna hate that I keep switching out, but listen, I need to level up a bug type. This is the only place to get him in the game. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. Also, Mudkip is just gaining so much experience, man. Oh my gosh, he keeps tackling me. That's another crit, really? It's gonna get kind of annoying. But yeah, it's incredible, and I guess there's that idea of, like, you know, some people, I don't think Bide is a particularly useful move in single player. I'm not a big fan of Bide. But I think there's something to be said about, like, a game that has such a universally good game design. And you know, that's something that, like, time's not gonna age that. This game, the only reason why, like, you'd say it's aged is because it's a PS1 game. It's definitely riding the edge of the PS1 generation as well, because it came out in 2000. It's like, you know, we're at that point where there's PS2 games starting to come out. There's Dreamcast already, you know, riding in stride. Sand attack, good old sand attack. I think I might be good enough to fight the second trainer as well. He's just chilling there. It's a very straightforward gym. It's basically just Brock's gym again. If you can't beat me, you want to stand a chance against Roxanne. But yeah, like, I don't know. Have any of you guys had that kind of experience where, like, an older game, even if you've never played it before, it just grips you. It absolutely gets your feelings going. Oh my gosh, my throat's dying. Like I feel like I've got like a little bit of lurgy in the back. I'm gonna totally feel that tomorrow morning. Am I about to like pop? Okay, I thought I was like, am I about to pop Kipperoni, or is he gonna like clear that? 100 experience, yeah. Alright, this is gonna be a kind of interesting gym because I don't know if I'm necessarily gonna be like that amazing at it. Unless I send Mudkip out first, but I'm gonna try and be confident and let's just go for it first go. We'll see. There we go, so... yeah, I don't really have a great start for the first gym, but hopefully by the second gym I've got like a bit more going on. Although, I'm looking at it, I'm like, I think the ideal party that I'm rocking. I'm gonna see if I can keep catching some more Pokemon in the middle though. Also, I love, by the way, you can talk to this guy and he's like, yo, how's it going? Listen, my friend, would you like to become the champion? I'm no trainer, not me. But I sure can give you winning advice. That's settled then. We'll aim for the Pokemon Championship together. It's your job as a trainer to collect gym badges, am I right? But gym leaders aren't pushovers, and that's where I come in. I'm here to provide expert advice. Roxanne! The gym leader is a user of Rock-type Pokemon. The Rock-type is very durable, but it can't stand Water-type and Grass-type moves. Come see me afterwards to beat the gym leader. Well, go for it. I love how you can also see this as well. Rosboro City Pokemon Gym. Nice. But look at this person chilling here. Oh boy. Why is this? Oh, I guess that took so long in the menu. I was thinking 1 hour 34. I've been streaming for 8 minutes longer than that.
Hello, I am Roxanne, the Roseboro Pokemon Gym Leader. I became a Pokemon Gym Leader so that I may apply what I learned at the Pokemon Trainer School in battle. Would you kindly demonstrate how the battle on which
Pokemon? Like, you're just going in with like, I just went to school. I'm literally a student. Check out my dude. It's female. I'm not too sure if this game follows the rule, but like 2nd gen had it where like almost every trainer had Pokemon that was the same gender as the trainer. I think this game also follows in that stride. I'm pretty sure like you're going to find male Pokemon exclusively with male trainers and female Pokemon exclusively with female trainers. So this is Geodude. This guy level 14, he starts off with a big assortment of moves: Tackle, Defense Curl, Rock Throw, and Rock Tomb. Defense Curl, fortunately, doesn't mean anything if you're using water or grass, I believe, because all water and grass attacks are special. So, Defense Curl's useless. That wasn't actually that bad. I was expecting way worse. And then, here's a new Pokemon, and actually a new one in 3rd gen. Nosepass. Nosepass, fun fact, was in every Pokemon generation until Sword and Shield. From this point on, at least. Nosepass is pure Rock type. It's not Rock anything. It's not particularly strong, but it is very bulky. And you're definitely going to feel it when I use Water Gun. He has Tackle, Harden, Rock Throw, and Rock Tomb. What is Harden? The exact same move as Defense Curl, I swear. It's like you're fighting the same Pokemon twice. But the big thing is that the different species, look at that, man. You would sweep the Geodude. Nosepass is definitely not something to, I was gonna say sneeze over. Of course you can get a crit, and it doesn't really matter. But, well, okay, I thought I was gonna have trouble, and it ended up that the gym leader just used 3 defense-increasing moves and called it a day. The Pokemon League's rules state that trainers are to be given this if they defeat a gym leader. Please accept the official Pokemon League Stone Badge. It sounds like you've never done this before. By the way, $1,500. That cool that rich trainer gave $1,400. Nearly as much as the gym. So the Stone Badge heightens the attack power of your Pokemon. This is the fun thing that still exists. And you can use Cut, so there you go. And TM39, so every gym leader gives you a TM. Is that new in this game? No, that's always been the case. But, yeah, you can use Rock Tomb, which actually has a chance of lowering speed, which is actually a pretty neat move. I don't think I have an intention to use Rock Tomb, though, later in the game, but sure, okay. Oh my gosh, I'm feeling the hay fever, oh boy. Get out of the way! Oh. Wait, please! I'm imagining freaking Big the Cat. Wait, please, don't take my froggy! My goods! Not my sweets, not my treats! I was gonna heal, and then I was like, he didn't even hit... Roxanne didn't even hit me once. Oh, it's you! You're that fantastic trainer who helped me in Petalburg Woods! Help me, I was run by Tim Ackroyd. I have to get my devil goods back. If I don't, I'm gonna be in serious trouble. Yeah, okay, sure. Whatever, man, whatever. So now I go along the route that I kind of already went down. You pretty much just walk to the end. So if you hadn't fought these trainers, now's an opportunity to fight the trainers. Now's also an opportunity to get nanograms and more levels. Oh boy, uproar. Hello back, how's everything going? How is it going? I tried to say doing and going at the same time. So, anyway, I got a gym badge. But don't worry. I think there might be room to do the second gym. In the same stream. I know, right? Isn't that kind of absurd? But I think, yeah, there's legit not much room to the second gym. The third gym takes a while. So, you know, we're not going to say 2 gyms with Revolution Line be like, ah, exactly. Ninkada. I also got a Ninkada. I wonder if Leech Life actually does anything. Because he's ground type. Oh, it healed me for one health. And now he's using Harden, so... Listen, we could be here for a while. Hey, he's gonna take his sweet time. I'm switching over. Yeah. Also, you missed my conversation about Tony Hawk, but, I love the game. I'm really loving it. I'm really loving it, so... But I think that's something where it's like, you know, we've got so many new games coming out where it's just like, they launch and then they have to provide an announcement saying, yeah, you know, most people are loving the game, but there are some people who are having issues with performance, and we know that that's unacceptable for you guys, and that's okay, we acknowledge that. So we'll be working our darndest to make sure that next time we release a game, we do this exact same thing over and over again. Are we ready at evolution time? Okay, we're at evolution time. Level 16, all the starters evolve. So Mudkip turns into a seizure. But in particular, look at this happy boy. He turns into Marshtomp. He's a cool boy, I love him. And he's trying to learn Mudshot. Good thing I can look at my stats and go, ah yes, Mudshot. So 55 power, 95 accuracy, and the chance to lower speed, which is probably a lot more useful than Mud Slap. Look at that PP. Why is Mud Slap 10? It's so weird. So, 1, 2, and poof. Kipperoni forgot Mud Slap, and Kipperoni learned Mudshot. That's actually a glitch that I will see if I can try and pull off at any point. But it involves when a Pokemon evolves and then learns a move, you can basically kill the entire UI for the game. Oh, what am I to do? We were on our walk, Pico and I, when we were jumped by an odd thug. The scoundrel made off with my darling Pico. Pico. Oh my gosh. Jeez. Bro needs some Whismers. Good thing there's Whismers in this cave. It's not even like called the Whismer Tunnel, it's just Ruststuff Tunnel, it's just the place. So, when are you coming? Come and get some then. Oh, okay. You're talking to the bird. Meow meow. Grah, kill it all. That hostage Pokemon turned out to be worthless, and I think I made a getaway in this tunnel to nowhere. Hey you, so you want to battle me? Now, unfortunately, all the Team Aqua Grunts do not have names, so you do not know if this one is particularly you know, different to the one from before. I also want to note as well, since the villains are different, you may be thinking that they might have different Pokemon. For now, the Team Magma equivalent actually also has a level 11 Poochyena, so not actually anything different. Also, yeah, I think this is the only thing really stopping you from getting to this, you know, thing. Fire the red circles at him, and he immediately dies, because Marshtomp is crazy good right now. Now, it is going to take a while. He does evolve at level 32. My general evolutions might take a bit, but this is plain not right. The boss told me this would be a slick and easy job to pull. All I had to do was steal some package from Devon. Shh! You want to back that badly? Take it. Oh, okay. Sure. Because he walked into a dead-end cave. Pico, am I glad to see you safe. Pico is a life to you. They call me Mr. Briny, and you are? Ah, so you are Biendeo. I sincerely thank you. Now, if there's anything that troubles you, don't hesitate to tell me. You can usually find me in my cottage by the sea near Paleberg Woods. Come, Pico, we should make our way home. Pew! And he just walks off. You broke the law of physicists. What did the physicists not want you to do that you ended up doing? I don't think it's even worth finding out. I'll just wait for the trainers, bro. I think I do need to get some levels for the next gym, but I want to say there's maybe some opportunity. This guy also moves along. Like Goofy Goon hightailed it out of the tunnel. I can go back to digging. Oh, I can fight the trainers up north, can't I? To get the Vertiturf without using the tunnel, you have to cross the sea to Dewford, sail on to Slateport, then travel through Morville. I love how that guy is actually describing the exact route you gotta take. 1920 by 1080 on a 4x3. Aren't you missing, like, pixels on it, though? Like, I mean, you can render 1920 by 1080, but, like, is it actually legible in the end? Maybe. So now I have cut, I can actually view this top bar up here. This cheeky guy is just watching the route here. It actually looks cool. Alright then. I'm gonna pick on a kid called Jerry. I was gonna say I'm picking on a school kid, and it's like, no, he's also got routes. Oh, I just realized I'm about to get popped. Nikita, no! Nikita! It actually looks cool, but very small. And there he goes. Oh well. Oh, I think there's... How many trainers left up here? One. Well, might as well suck it up. Get more experience, because why not? Oh, it's a Karen. Oh gosh, I got Shroomish. I should be fine. But the one thing you want to watch out for Mudkip is, I don't think it's an issue now, but, yeah, I don't think it's an issue now because I think, oh no, I'm water ground now. You want to watch out because water and ground are both weak to grass, which means when he uses Absorb, I'm more stuffed than usual. But I do have enough, like, I'm fairly high stat above them, so it's not really an issue, unless I can never attack, in which case it will be an issue. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna get swept by a Shroomish. I'm gonna get swept by Shroomish. You've gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me, bro. There's something wrong with this scenario. Okay, alright, no, we're good, we're good. Well, his speed fell, but I don't think that exactly helps me. Nope. Bit cursed. This is a big cuss, ain't it? That's okay. We got Brushy. We got Brushy. This is the Biendeo hubris right here. Brushy should do okay. Yeah. Brushy was sweeper for me. But darn, I'm leveling up my HM slave. He's got one more as well. He's got a Whismer. It doesn't have a Whismer anymore. Just anti-Whismered right there. Whoa. Too good. I lost! I love how, like, sort of haphazard the layout of all the maps are in this game. You know, like... You gotta make the trees feel a bit more natural, and I love the way that, like, they all cover each other and, like, you know, go at odd angles, and there's these little, like, cut trees just kind of in the midst. I love how crazy green the ground is. I just want to keep mentioning that green ground, dang it. And that trumpet melody, man. Although the bass line is kind of synthy, to be honest. I'm curious how many, like, GBA games actually use the same, like, sound font. You know what I mean? Oh, how did it go? The Devon goods? You did! You got him back! You really are a great trainer. I know, as my thanks, I'll give you another great ball. Oh. Thanks, bro. Thanks, a great ball. Excuse me, please come with me. Whoop. The quest for it is coming. The quest for it. This is the Devon Corporation's third floor. Our president's office is on this floor. Anyway, I can't tell you how much I'm grateful for what you've done. By the way, that parcel you got back for us, could I get you to deliver that to the shipyard at Slateport? It'd be awful if those robbers tried to take it again. So, can I count on you to do that for me? Oh, that's right. Could you wait here a second? Ooh. There he goes. There he comes back. The president would like you to have a word with you. Please come with me. We're gonna do this music, don't we? I'm Mr. Stone, the president of Devon Corporation. I just got word about you. You saved our staff, not just once, but twice. Well, granted, it was the one staff twice. It was... I have a favor to ask of an amazing person like you. I understand that you're delivering a package to Slateport's ship... Sure, okay. Well, on the way, could you stop off in Duford Town? I was hoping that you'd deliver a letter to Stephen in Duford. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm just your errand boy. Why, yes, you can get children to do all your dirty work as long as you don't put them on your payroll. Now you should know that I am a great president. Yeah, sure. So I'd never be so cheap as to ask a favor for nothing in return. That's why I want you to have this. It's a Pokénav. This starts the... Well, actually, no, the watch and... the Poké Gear in Gold and Silver. This is the evolution of that. The Pokemon Navigator. It's an indispensable tool for any trainer on an adventure. It has a map of the Hoenn region. You can check the locations of Duford and Slateport easily. British person in the 18th century, exactly. So the Pokénav appears on the menu, and you actually have a range of buttons here. You can view trainers' eyes, which seems kind of interesting, but it actually gives you a list of trainers that can be refought. This isn't every trainer in the game, but every single one of these trainers has a strategy, tells you what, you know, what their Pokemon are, roughly, based on like a couple of words. It's rather interesting that it's there. You've got Condition as well, which lets you see your party Pokemon's natures. Sorry, not natures, basically their contest stats. We'll get more into that much later. As well as also, you can search for Pokemon based on their coolness. I believe... I'm not so sure. Is this based on your party or is this all? That'll be all of them, actually. It's just a cool menu that's there. And lastly, you can see a map. So you don't have to have a map in your inventory. You can just look at this. And, most importantly, you can zoom in. And you can see a sort of layout of the town, which is actually kind of cool. Although, there's a confusingly brown square and a red square for Pokemon centers, but you'll see it. You'll know what it is. So thank you, my man, Captain Stern. Oh my gosh, all the scientists. We are developing technology. No. Oh, okay. Thank goodness that guy. We have technology, exactly. This is secretly, like, the people at Google who actually know what they're doing, they all wear lab coats. If you wear a lab coat, you are, like, 20% more productive. Oh my gosh, it's resurrecting fossils. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Hi there, you're always welcome in. Oh, thank you. Thank you, my man. And the medicine. The medicine! Devon Corporation sure seems to own a lot. And a bunch of guys in jeans just keep trying to steal merchandise. See now, Pokemon Sapphire is actually the Corpo starting path. Thank you very much. So we got one place to go to. Well, I was like, huh, I wonder what's on the way. There we go. Hi there. I see Pokedex. Have you filled any pages yet? Mine rolls. I want to know a Pokemon catching frenzy in Petalbug Woods. So I ran out of Pokeballs. Oh, okay. Thanks, bro. I thought it was gonna fight me. I'm sorely disappointed, but you know what? I can cut down this tree, so that's cool. Watching. I got an X accuracy. Very nice. So now we gotta just keep walking all the way back. There's a bit of Cyberpunk Corpo sort of sucks. All the parts are basically the same. Well, I guess you get a Keanu Reeves, and then it's all kind of, you know, where you go from there. I still love that, like, you got the moon ending. Like, the moon ending just came out of nowhere. Oh, I love this, by the way, as well. He's chasing his wing gull. Will he get it? You could do this, where you slot... Oh, I'll get there. I'll get there. I'm pretty sure you can slot yourself in between if you try hard enough. No, he's impossible. Alright, there you go. You caught your bird. Hold on, lads. Wait up, Pico. You're Biendeo. You saved my darling Pico. We owe so much. What's that? You want to sail with me? You have a letter bound for Duford and a package for Slateport then. Quite the busy life you must lead. But certainly, what you're asking is no problem at all. You've come to the right man. We'll set sail for Duford. Duford, here we come. Anchors away. Pico is setting sail, my darling. And away we go. We got the DLC for Cyberpunk coming out this year, but man, it's been a while since Cyberpunk came out, didn't they? So yeah, there's a route full of trainers that you gotta surf over, but just stuff it. Just ride a boat so quickly. This is amazing as well, because it feels like a decently long journey given how fast it goes, and then it's just like, oh no, we're here. It's bigger on the inside. Oh, exactly. I suppose you're off to deliver that letter now to... Who is it now? Steven! So, I think in theory you can do the gym. Nothing actually stops you from fighting gym number 2 already. Apart from your skill as a person. This is a renowned fishing spot. Are you getting the itch to fish? Yeah! This guy, nanoculture right here. So, you can get the good rod. Throw the good rod in the water and, well, you know, what Pokemon can you get? Magikarp and Tentacle. Between level 5 and 10. Tentacle is amazingly good, actually. I do really enjoy a Tentacle. But I've already got a good water type, so... It's a lot to be said for living on a small island like this in harmony with Pokemon in the family. Look at little Zigzagoon! He's so cute! He's so cute, I love him! Came from a large port of Slateport City. It's got port in the name. It's when I marry my husband here. Life goes by slowly on this little island, but being surrounded by the beautiful sea, that's happiness too. Very neat, so... Technically, you're in the next route over here. Are the fishing encounters actually different over here? I don't think they are. No, I don't think they are, so... I like what's hip, happening, and trendy. Oh, this guy as well. Top party? Top party! Sheesh, top party. So you can say yes and you can agree, or no and you provide 2 words. Everyone's information exchange. This is a kind of like interesting mechanic. So when I said that you could go into the Pokemon Center and share records, this is actually one of them. Where like, when you share records, and by the way, sharing records, you also share your records every time you trade or battle someone as well, so it's kind of cool. Is it a top party in PC? Yeah, the PC party. And it just has this like weird thing where it's like a bunch of people here say this one phrase, and you could just come here and suddenly they start saying a phrase that someone else's game has been making. It's very interesting. Official top party brand merch? What is top party? Anyway, as I was saying earlier, we should get together and organize a top party come on, bro. Come on. Oh, smashing good idea. It will settle once and for all. Who is the best at top party? Brilliant indeed. Starting today, our lives will revolve around top party. Wow. Incredible. Top party, yeah. Oh my goodness, I wasn't expecting trainers. What do people do if they need to go to a washroom? What if my rod hooks a big one while I'm in the washroom? I just kind of go, bro, piss on the fish. Show that fish who's boss. Oh no, he's learned the strat, which is Tentacle, and I'm ground type, so I'm gonna kind of get a bit wrecked. I keep hitting the bag. We'll switch to the Kipper. I should probably have caught something else, but you know what? I could probably catch something in the next area as well. So let's just hit him with the old-fashioned tackle. Tentacle is decently bulky, so you can't sleep on him. I'm pretty sure, yeah, Old Rod is just Magikarp and Tentacle no matter where you go, so there's no mystery as to what's there, but... 2 trainers though, 2 fishermen. What do you prefer, fishing in the sea or a stream? Well, currently, you know, for me personally, doing this stream, I'd rather be fishing. One day I'll do a fishing, like, not a real fishing stream, I can't fish in real life, but a fishing video game. Fishing video game, they'll never get old. I feel like I could take him out. I'm just worried about getting hit with a water attack, like, back at me. But I feel like Nincada could probably do it. His attack stat isn't amazing, but... he'll get there. He'll get there. I didn't realize how much of a pain it is to actually level up Nincada this early, though. Like, he's definitely, once he evolves, and it's only level 20, so it's actually not too far away, although not on the stream. The useless bouncing gold, exactly. One minigame from the Pokemon game where you fish Magikarp. Exactly, yeah. Now, can I take out this Tentacle? He's only level 8. Lyric's coming at me at supersonic speed. Spent the whole stream playing it. Have I done a whole stream where I've just done, like, the same thing over and over again? I did do Victory Road, like, in one stream. Like, I was just underleveled at the end of Pokemon Gold. It was that. Ooh, one-turn confusion. Dude, good thing that sleeping doesn't actually take, like, 7 turns like it did in Gen 2, by the way. It's strictly, I think it's, like, between 2 and 4 in this game. Instead of, like, 1 and 7. It sometimes breaks super early, and sometimes it breaks super late, and it's like, oh. I'm trying to think, what is actually the best fishing I've ever played in a video game? I'm not too sure. I'm really not too sure what fishing is my best. I did decently enjoy just, I think it's like Ultimate Fishing Sim on Steam. It's just something like that. I decently enjoy it. Need to go bulk up on those awakens. I hate awakenings. Gosh, that Magikarp's really vibing, isn't he? Too bad it gives no experience as well. Like in deep sea fishing. I lost spectacularly. Why did... Okay, sure, man. Sure. Oh, and of course, never forget. Okay, there's nothing up here. I like the footprints in the sand, and especially how there's some footprints that are on the water for a moment, but sure. So here is a cave, the Granite Cave, if you will. Hey, you, it gets awful dark ahead. It'd be tough trying to explore. The guy who came by earlier, Steven, I think it was. He knew how to use Flash, so he ought to be alright, but... well, for us hikers, helping out those who we meet is our motto. Here you go, I'll pass this on to you. And he actually gives you Flash, but, you gotta, like, you know, you gotta use the gym badge. Pfft, I don't need that. Plus, they give you an escape rope here, so, listen, if you ever get too lost. Now, Seeing in the Dark is a little more generous than it was in 2nd gen. A little bit. So I'm thinking to myself... where you go? Pretty sure it's like... up and right, isn't it? You can still run. Okay, so there's a slope here. I think there's something down here. It's not too long a cave, but you got 2 things you gotta worry about. You got Makuitas. So what can you find in this cave, by the way, just while I'm at it? You can find Makuitas, who are they're gonna ruin my day. I will say that. I don't think you have to, there's no actual trainers, so don't feel afraid to just run away as well. Always love the mystery of the caves in Pokemon, never know what you're gonna find. They're definitely good fun. I actually wish that there was a Pokemon game that had like a crazy amount of caves, and I feel like Scarlet Violet's kind of that as an answer, isn't it? I just want there to be caves and like weird little nooks and crannies everywhere, man. Just have like caves that don't go anywhere. Just, it's a fun little bit. So, but yeah, you can find Makuita. There's 3 floors, I believe, you go down. And the encounter rates are a bit different on each one, but you'll be able to find Zubat, which is a old school staple. You can 100% take him out, no sweat. Mount Coronet went pretty hard. Let's get Mount Coronet legit goes hard. They knew what they were doing with Mount Coronet, so... Zubat is here. He evolves into Golbat level 22 and then into Crobat. I have used Zubat in a previous run-through, and so I don't... Well, as in my Pokemon Gold run. But he is kind of interesting, and maybe I do need a flying type. I'm thinking, like, what level does he learn Wing Attack? Oh my gosh, we're up to Generation 9 already, jeez. Oh gosh, level 21? I'm sorry, man, we're not going to be able to get Zubat up to level 21 in time. Maybe I should have caught, like a Halo or something earlier, whoops. I could probably wing the gym. Oh, come on, Nonogram. Come on, Nonogram, you gotta get him. Don't hit yourself a third time, bro. Sometimes I feel like I'm a little unlucky, but then I'm also crazy lucky at times, so I don't know. I'm definitely wildly, like, luck-based. I feel like there are some things I do where it's just like everything goes my way, and then there's something that's just like nothing in a whole string. It's not like one or the other too much, so that was a fun amount of experience though. So, yeah, Makuhita evolves into Hariyama, or as I will often refer to, Harimama. Keep saying that, I don't know. But he's a decent fighting type, and we'll probably see him a bit more later on. Can I fight this guy any quicker than the last one, or no? Not really. Probably not. I did gain a level, though. I should be able to take him out, like, way quicker. It's because Supersonic, it just takes forever. I do like the attack animations. I like these ducks. Oh my goodness. We're never getting out of... Something, welcome to the dungeon, okay? We're in the cave. I'm counting it. I don't know, man. This Zubat is predicting all the Supersonics, I swear. Will I hit myself for the 5th time in a row? I will. Man, I'm not getting out of the Zubat's grip, am I? At some point, I'm just going to run away from the Zubats. 6 times. 6 times I hit myself in a row. This is kind of atrocious, isn't it? It's just constantly at the mercy of, like, Zubats. Because I've got a sweep. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm not getting out of this one. I'm not getting away. Oh my gosh. So what are the other Pokemon? Oh, 7 times in a row. What are the other Pokemon in this area? Well, you can find Abra. There's a 10% chance to find them. Abra are very tricky to catch all the time because they will teleport out of the cave. Sorry, out of a fight. So 8 times. that killed Kipperoni. He just got swept by Supersonic. And Nikita nearly did as... Actually, I'm slower than him as well, so... Okay, thank goodness, the Supersonic missed. Never sleep on Zubat, apparently. Bro, I'm gonna heal. I'm not getting through the rest of this cave. There are Pokemon in this entrance as well, but they're generally a bit lower level, so I'll be able to run away from whatever's in front of me. Except for maybe another Zubat. I might actually get swept by the other Zubat again. Oh, no, we're good, we're good. So yeah, Abra's alright. The other thing to watch out for Abra is that he requires a trade evolution eventually, so if you're running the game normally, unless if you're pairing with someone, then a trade evolution would be fine, but if you're not, then it might be a bit oof. The other one's Geodude yet again, and then you can find Aaron. Aaron? I usually say Aaron. Like Aaron Carter. Rest in peace, Aaron. Maybe it's Aaron. Might be Aaron. It's the steel ant thing. He evolves eventually into a really solid, like, bulky Pokemon, but I'm personally not using him because I feel like... Oh my gosh, I can speak. I'm personally not using him because I feel like he's a bit overused in people's teams. That's the only real reason. I think that's it. Oh yeah, also, if you're playing with Ruby, you will find Mawile And if you're playing in Sapphire, you'll find a Sableye. Sableye is a ghost type. It's just fun to find a ghost type in this cave already. There's an Abra. Do I see if I can get him, or is he just going to teleport immediately? I'm just going to teleport immediately, I guess. There's a 10% chance, so none of the encounters are crazy, like, hard to find, except for Surskit earlier. And there's Aaron. Aaron? He's kind of cool, but he's probably going to kick my butt from, like, Steel type. Oh my gosh. I'll get there, man. I'll get there. So I think the layout of, like, this room is basically like an M. You start on the left side of the M. There was that item I got in the middle. And then, yeah. I think this is now just a U shape. A very lame U. You just go left, I think. Oh, the Zubat is faster than me. They do start going up in levels, so this is going to be my kind of catch, although I think Marshtomp is probably going to be my get out of jail free if I want to run from every encounter. Which I probably will do. I don't think Nonogram is going to be good enough to run away from everything, and that's fine. Also, you can always play catch up on leveling as well. There's probably items chilling around as well, but I don't particularly know where the items are, so... But, like, look at this guy. It's like, oh, like, you could easily take him out with Marshtomp. Or has he got Sturdy? No. Sturdy's not in this game, is it? It's in 4th gen onwards. Sturdy's an ability in later generations where if you were going to die in one hit, you would drop to 1 health, and then you'd have your turn, and then, yeah. Oh yeah, there's Rock Smash rocks in there as well. I think this room's actually C-shaped. You start at the bottom right of the C, and you go all the way around, and go up some stairs, so... But I kind of like how, technically, if you know the layout of the place, you don't exactly need Flash. It's actually a little unnecessary. But it is definitely nice if you want to be able to, like, see what's in here. But there's an Everstone on this rock. An Everstone is a stone that prevents a Pokemon from evolving if it's holding it. Why would you use it? I don't know. Oh, there's Sableye. I'm gonna see if I can catch him. Just because it'd be good fun and an actual, like, nice meme. I'm gonna see if Mudshot won't kill him. Okay, that's good. That's good. I feel like the catch rate on Sableye. He's not gonna be one of my main ones, but I'm just curious if I can, like, use him for a moment. Because he actually might be a fun one just to, like, start using. Also a version exclusive. Nice, nice. Nice. We're gonna be catching some more, so Sableye digs the ground with sharpened claws to find rocks that it eats. Substances in the eaten rocks crystallize and rise up to the Pokemon's body surface. He basically manifests gems. I'm gonna call him... Oh boy. I'm gonna call him Carrot. Like, Carrot Gold, I think. Is that what carrot means? Up some more ladders and we actually end up back at the bright floor, so... You only have to brave the darkness for a bit. It's actually not, like, too obnoxious. That's a little obnoxious, but sure. Oh my gosh, but the encounter rates are obnoxious. Just take out the Zubat. Easy. Easy. Almost there. Oh my gosh. You can see victory right there. It's almost there. The worst part, since it's the first floor again, it's like all the Pokemon are now weaker again. Oh, he's bulking. He's bulking up. Alright, and yeah. I'm getting 4 steps at a time, I swear. The nice part, at least, is that once you get to the end of the, like, well, if you could see outside the battle for a hot moment, which, by the way, I just want to add, the backdrops to the battles also change depending on where you are. So since we're in a cave, it's like, oh, it's brown and it's got these bits. But there's a cliff on the right, so I don't have to go back to the whole cave. But look at this guy. It's a grey-haired individual. That device you... I wonder what voice do I give him? That device you have there, it's a thing. When I forgot to say that, Pokénav. When trainers Pokénav's battle, it keeps a record of how things went, I think. Oh, pardon me, my name is Steven. I'm interested in rare stones, so I travel here and there. Oh, a letter for me? I shall read it right now. You think the Pokénav would have, like, text messaging? Okay, thank you. Or phone. You know, like the Pokemon Gear had. You went through all this trouble to deliver that. I need to thank you. Let me see. I'll give you this TM. It contains my favorite move, Steel Wing. This move is actually really neat, actually. Your Pokemon appear quite capable. If you keep training, you could even become the champion of the Pokemon League one day. That's what I think. I've got to hurry along. Oh, okay. See ya. So there's a bit of a weird catch. Actually, can you continue without the badge? I should probably figure that out before I go. I'm not too sure if the barrier for continuing is the badge or giving him the thing. I feel like it's just giving him the thing. I don't think you're actually required to do the badge right now. So if you do feel like you need more trainers, you probably could just continue on along the beach further down, right? Maybe. Because you got a bit of a distance before the next gym. Yeah, you could totally just keep going. Sure, okay. But let's see. I want to see if I can take on the gym. And if I can't, then... Ooh, okay. The gym is probably a bit of a tall order, though. It might be. We'll see. We'll see. I've got a decent chance. And I got Sableye on my side, which is actually like a meme and a half. It's actually a meme and a half. I will send Sableye out at very appropriate times. I'm gonna kind of rock Kipperoni at the front, even though my team is woefully off balance. It's just because I still don't think that's a great opportunity for the rest. So, hey, how's it going, champion-bound Biendeo? Duford's gym leader Brawler commands fighting-type Pokemon. Going against him with normal-type Pokemon is asking for trouble. Fighting Pokemon will lay a serious smackdown on normal Pokemon, so be careful. What's worse, the gym is as dark as the ocean floor, but it will get brighter after defeating the trainers in your way. Okay, go for it. I'm not too sure if there's a way to, like, get through without fighting the trainers. I just want to know, there's a weird glitch, not a glitch, but, like, these statues should be where you see Dewford Town Pokemon Gym. For some odd reason, this wall in particular is also that. Not the left here, but just that one wall. And this wall as well. It seems like they accidentally copy-pasted, like, the two, like, triggers. And they accidentally put it on those two walls. I'm not too sure why. That's a fun thing. A fun fact. Hiya! So I got Meditite. Meditite is actually a new Pokemon we haven't seen yet, but it's a fighting psychic, and that makes it a really interesting one. I'm actually curious. What moves does Sableye have? Because he's Darko, sorry. That makes him kind of neat. He's got Leer, Scratch, Foresight, Nightshade. This actually might be a meme. Because Bide is a normal type attack, and that means it's not going to hit. It's not going to do anything. And then I'm just going to scratch him. Oh, he's going to use the text, so my next move is going to hit him. But, like, I think the Sableye is going to be a nice meme for a moment. Meditate's just going to raise his stats, right? So he's got Bide, Detect, Meditate. What can he do? Nothing. I'm not too sure if Sableye could carry me through this gym, but it might actually be my ticket to success. This is going to be a very bizarre gym, let me tell you that. So, look at that, you can see a little more. I think you can see a bit more than that if you have Flash as well, like more than this. But they just want to use the mechanic again, so fair enough. Puzzle gym, you know? Is it really a puzzle? It's just a maze where you can't see where you're going. And they hit a trainer down here. It's completely optional. Might is right. Sure, I guess. He's got him a chop. So good on Machop, first gen fighting type, nothing really too weird. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna take my time to do damage on him. As long as he doesn't have anything that's not like normal or fighting type, I should be fine. I feel like that's generally gonna be the impression that he gives me, isn't it? He's gonna constantly use Leer and because that's the only move that hits, and that's the only move he knows. Oh, dude, that's such a meme that you can get a ghost type in this game before the fighting gym. That feels hilariously designed. This is a very odd way to go through this gym, especially because, as I said, this Pokemon's only available in Sapphire. If you have Ruby, you'd have Mawile, which is Mawile just Steel type, or is it like Steel? It's Steel Fairy now, but it used to just be Steel type, and unfortunately, that means that fighting type attacks are super effective against them. So you got no hope. He's gonna get a lot of experience while he's working his way up here, which would be kind of nice. Because yeah, I mean, it's not quite the right level to fight these fellas. So I think there's only 3 trainers. There's no need for Brawly to be involved. I'll crush you! There's only 3 trainers before Brawly, but I don't know, man. I think Sableye might have a chance here. So the only thing I hope is that one of these Metatypes doesn't have a Psychic attack. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. Sableye is... Hold on, what's the types in my head? Sableye is... Dark Ghost. Which means he resists Psychic as well as normal and fight. This is a meme. This is an absolute meme. Even if he had a Psychic attack, he can't hit me. They can't do anything against him. They're completely ill-equipped to take on a Sableye. I don't think there's anything super effective in this game, actually, against him. Now I think about it as well. Because, yeah, he's now weak to Fairy type in newer games, but Fairy type didn't exist in this game. So, yeah. And he is resistant to poison. He takes half damage against poison. Everything else is normal effective, but the fact that there's 3 types just flat out that don't do damage, that kills so much. So much of the moveset. So, the catch with Sableye is, he doesn't evolve. That's his one catch. So, he's cool now, but he will eternally be this kind of state for the rest of the game. 6th Gen did add a Mega Evolution, though. There's a lot of Mega Evolutions for Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. But, yeah, at least in this game, I don't know, he's probably gonna be just as good now as he is at level, like, 29, I think, before he starts learning some Ghost-type attacks. Some Dark-type attacks, like Feint Attack, I think. This is a hilarious thing. I can't believe this is actually working. And he's just gonna go through and he's gonna get stuff. Get experience. He's gonna try and learn Astonish, like... Does he need to learn Astonish? I'm gonna go with Foresight. I just don't think, like, you really get caught out by evasiveness too much. Too much. Famous last words. And then she's got another Metatype. Like, that's her strat. So, okay, sure. Also, I just want to add, someone probably... if you heard the thing I said where it's like, seems like all the trainers seem to just have Pokemon that match their gender. This chick has a male Machop, I just realized. I was like, oh, yeah. So, he's meditating, he's going for it. He's really meditating, he's really going at it. And then he's just gonna attack. I can't believe, you know, this gym doesn't have anything to do with, you know, anything to counter Sableye. They're all stuck in the fighting type, and any potential for a psychic type attack is just lost because it's Sableye. So, okay. With all the trainers fought, you can see probably a lot. So, I'm gonna... Oh, I was gonna say I'm gonna heal up, but I'm also like... No, I will need the PP. I will guarantee I will need that PP. I'm gonna get caught out if I don't heal. I didn't talk to the guy after the gym. Maybe I should do that. It's not... He doesn't give you anything. It just kind of tells you, like, congrats, you did it. Like that kind of stuff. So, okay. We'll fight the second gym and we'll call it a day. Because that is remarkable. That is remarkable that this actually works. Because I think I remember on my first playthrough, I did get caught out by this gym. I mean, the first gym, it was like level 14 and 15. I think that was what it was. This is 17 and 18. It's not too far off the money, but there were 2 trainers between these 2 gyms. Maybe more if you know, you want to fight the other fellas. Look at this guy. Maybe more if you didn't want to fight sorry, if you didn't fight the guys on the route to the... Or 3 trainers, sorry. But still, so... Oh boy. I'm Brawly, Juford's gym leader. I've been churned in the rough ways of these parts. That's a weird way to phrase it. And I've grown tough in the pitch black cave. So you wanted to challenge me? Let me see what you're made of. Gym leader number 2. This guy brawls. So his name is Brawly, I guess. He's got a Machop. This Machop has Bulk Up, Leer, Karate Chop, and Seismic Toss. You can guarantee he's probably going to throw Leer as a special move. I think. Actually, does Leer hit? Yeah, Leer hits. Oh, he might bulk up as well. Which is going to raise his attack and his defense. Oh, that's going to be kind of mean. That's going to be his only strat, isn't it? I can lower his defense, but... Oh no, he's going to lure me back. Okay. Alright, so his defense is down 1 stage. I'm counting this. I'm going to need his defense down 3 stages, otherwise this is going to take forever. Okay, nope. We're back down to 1 stage. Or up to 1 stage. He's gonna keep spamming bulk up, isn't he? Do I just go in for it? I'm just gonna go in for it. We'll use Scratch. We'll get a crit at some point. I can't use Nightshade, because Nightshade isn't gonna hit him. That's the reason why I'm not using Nightshade. But yeah, if you get a crit, that gets past any Pokemon's like stat raises, so him using bulk up all the time isn't going to mean anything if I get a crit. Unfortunately, it kind of means that, you know, this is going to take a bit. This is going to take a bit of time. But trust me, I think that crit will come one day. There's also no concern about him dropping my defense because the follow-up Pokemon... it does have 1 attack that will hit me, but it's special. Which means... There you go, there's a crit, so that helps. It's special, so him dropping my defense doesn't actually matter because he can't hit me with any of those physical... I forgot, he's gonna spam potions. They're gonna spam potions. The gym leaders in this game, oh boy. Oh boy. They spam potions. I'm not too sure what the rule is. Do they have 1 potion or 2? I know there's some gym leaders in later games and they will use 2 potions. Never fun. But you know what? You can do the same. So, I'm also doing this. I'm using Strength constantly. Sorry, Scratch. I wish I was using Strength. Maybe I should have taught him Cut. Can he even learn Cut? Maybe. This is the most gripping fight in the world. I'm glad you are all here to witness this. This is, He's got 2 potions! You kidding me? Do I have enough PP for... Oh, I do. I've got enough. I've got 19 left. I haven't even gone halfway yet, so... And if he's already burnt both his potions on the Machop, he's not going to be using them on the next one, which is actually kind of a blessing, I guess? This is a real gripping fight. He's run out of PP. He's spamming the moves that now he can't hit me with. I don't know. He can still bulk up, apparently. For just his defense, which means... Okay, sure. Very gripping gameplay. Very gripping. I'm gonna want that crit at some point. That'd be very fun just to have one more. Nope. We're not getting that crit. Oh well. I'm worried I'm about to run out of PP. I've got 8 uses left after this, but you know what? I technically swept them a chop. So now he's got Makuhita. This Makuhita also has bulk up, but his moves differ now. He's got knockoff, arm thrust, and sand attack as well. That kind of means, do I even bother with going with Leah? Probably not. He is going to start using bulk up though, so he's going to increase his attack and defense. And I don't really have any counter to that, so... knock off will deal damage to me. They finally have the means of dealing damage. That is not a lot of damage, because Makuhita doesn't deal damage, or doesn't deal special damage. The only thing I'm worried about is, yeah, I'm going to run out of PP. And he is not going to run out of PP for knockoff, so if I get a crit, I got this. Oh, dang! Oh, my goodness! What the heck, Sableye? What? I just spammed Scratch 35 times and won the gym fight. That is amazing! That is incredible! What? What? That is incredible! I went into this fight not expecting to be able to, like, actually win. Like, or sorry, I went to the gym not thinking about it, but I was like, yeah, Sableye's a cool Pokemon, and then I thought in my head, hey, he's Ghost type, he might have a chance. And Makuhita has one move, that's the only move in the entire gym that can even hit me. And it's so weak because it's special. That is such a joke. That is an incredible gym fight. Okay, so anyway, it gives it the thing, and also you get the TM for bulk up, so if you want to use bulk up, so... that is incredible. Okay, real talk, if you're playing this game and you find Broly too hard, feel free to go back to an old place and catch a flying type Pokemon, so you can use Gust or Wing Attack or something. Oh, let's talk to him. Whoa, it's turned too bright in here, your future is bright too. You know, he just says something, so... that was incredible. That was actually incredible. I was really not expecting that just Sableye is able to sweep the gym. I'm constantly having internet issues. I don't know if this will come through or not, but... that's okay, my man. But if you missed any part of this, I'm going to be finishing the stream in just a moment. In fact, actually, I would like to save the game, and I will thank you so very... I think that's a good point to end the stream. It's not because I'm just like, oh, you can't watch it. I'm just finishing. You know, I think now's a good point. So, I would like to thank all of you for... Hold on, wait. For watching the stream. So there you go. If you enjoyed any of this, you can follow here, or I have YouTube. If you miss bits of this, they will all end up on YouTube. So forever, hopefully, as long as YouTube doesn't ban me. We'll see. But yeah, feel free to subscribe there. The VOD will appear at some point in the next 24 hours, hopefully. And if you, if you're an esteemed Sableye user, please leave a comment. What actually, like, what's your favorite Pokemon that you rock this game with? Or what's like a fun, like, tale that you had? I'd like to hear as well. But yeah, no, so that's all the stuff. If you want to see me stream again, I'll be streaming this next week. Same time, same bad hour. We'll progress more through the game, but man, I can't get over that Sableye, I swear, so... Anyway, stay safe, eat your greens, don't let Sableye absolutely, like, sweep your dreams? I don't know where I'm going with that, so... Catch you fellas next week. Have a good one. My voice is killing me, apparently. Nice.